delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safe for event and 6126. See dealer for warranty details.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives. Just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Good defense from Merrill. Brunson drives. Kicks it in the corner. Bridges three-pointer. Bang!
The familiar voice, the familiar bang of Mike Breen on the call. Tuesday night, part of the Knicks' fourth quarter comeback over the Cleveland Cavaliers as they won game one in overtime, 115-104. Pat O'Keefe back with you at the Garden on the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Mike Breen, of course, the voice of the Knicks on MSG Networks, the voice of the NBA on ESPN and ABC. He's on the call again tonight and for the entire Eastern Conference Finals, along with Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson. And, of course, he had a front row seat to the Knicks' historic Game 1 comeback. So, before Game 2 got started, I had to ask the great Mike Breen his thoughts on what we saw.
So, Mike, with the benefit of 48 hours since what we all saw here on Tuesday night in game number 1, largest playoff comeback in franchise history, what are your thoughts about what the Knicks were able to accomplish?
Well, it was stunning, Pat. I think fans from both teams woke up the next morning and say, did that really happen? Because it really looked like the Cavs were in complete control. And then a special player took over. Now, he clearly didn't do it by himself. It was a team comeback. But when you have somebody like that has the ability to take over a game under pressure on the biggest stage, that makes a big difference. So that's my number one thought coming away. He's starting to become, Jalen Brunson, one of the all-time great playoff performers.
It's a 22-point game with 7:50 to go. The building is very quiet. It feels like we're headed towards a Knicks loss in game number 1. And then Jalen Brunson hits a couple of baskets. As you're calling the game, at what point do you think that, hey, they might actually be able to make a run and get all the way back in this?
You know, it's funny. Richard Jefferson said it was a 20-point game at this point, and the Knicks are bringing the ball up the court. And he actually said on the air, he goes, if they get a few more baskets, all of a sudden the pressure shifts. And that's exactly what happened. So when it got cut to 12, you're thinking, you know what? Right now the Cavs are reeling a little bit. The Knicks are feeling confident. But even at that point, you're thinking, no, Cleveland's they're too good. They've been playing too well. It might be just a mini run. But once it got under 10, you think, okay, there's a real chance because there was still plenty of time.
You mentioned the special player, and it was really the full Jalen Brunson experience. Not only what he did on the court, especially in that fourth quarter, but the shot of him in the huddle rallying his teammates when they were down. He's already put together quite a legacy in his 5 years here. The other night just added to it.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's so humble and always deflects the credit. You don't realize that part of him. He's not soft-spoken with his teammates. And he's really grown in the leadership part, and you need that from your star player. But he's not alone, and there's other players as well that get involved in that. Josh Hart, very, very vocal. Heard a number of players mention Jose Alvarado was integral in terms of firing the guys up. And that's when you have a team that's so connected that you can say things to guys and nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. And that's the way this team has grown, I think, the most, that they'll get on each other, they'll push each other because they know they're all going for the one goal.
There's clearly something special going on right now with the 8 straight playoff wins. As you said, it wasn't just one guy the other night. There were other contributors, Landry Shamet, Mikal Bridges, but specifically Shamet. I mean, his playoffs so far, in the rotation, out of the rotation, always seems to be there when called upon. How much does he really epitomize what this Knicks team is?
I think he's the perfect example of sacrificing, being ready, being professional, and not being afraid. He's got a toughness to him on both ends of the floor. There are some players that, under the bright lights of New York, kind of fade away. He has embraced not only playing in the city, living in the city. He's waited his whole career for moments like this, and he's had to bounce back from 2 injuries this year, but nothing stops him. It's one of those players where I think he's always so grateful for being able to live the life of an NBA player. And now all he wants to do is win, and he'll do anything. Because when you watch him play, if you just watch him and don't watch the ball or anything else, he just never stops at both ends and fights and fights and fights. So he is a perfect example of the grit that this team has developed over the last couple of years.
Finally, as the voice of the NBA, you call the biggest games every year, conference finals, NBA finals. But in New York, you're our guy, and Knicks fans know that you're our guy. How meaningful is it to you to be calling these games that you'd be calling anywhere, but calling them in this building?
Well, I mean, ever since I was like 6, 7 years old, I was a Knicks fan, and for a lot of the years, they, as you know, Pat, they were bad. They were one of the worst teams in the NBA, and that's what I think about now during this time. I feel so good for the fans. They've had to endure some dark years, and to have a team every night has a chance, a team every night that you feel can win and now has a chance to win a title. That's where I'm really, that's my thrill, is seeing the fans, because, you know, you're with it too. You're around the fans all the time. You know how much this team means to them. They care so much about this team, and now to have a team that plays at this level with these kind of players who are so easy to root for, it's like a whole big family of fans that are finally being rewarded for their patience and their loyalty.
Mike, have a great call in Game 2.
Thanks, Pat.
Great for Mike Breen to spend a few minutes previewing Game 2 and talking about the Knicks-Cavs series before he calls the action on ESPN tonight. And as long as the Knicks are still alive in the playoffs, Mike Breen will have the call on the television broadcast. Time now for the Knicks starting lineup, brought to you by the Parisman firm. Same starting 5 for the Knicks: Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Karl Anthony Towns. That was the Knicks starting lineup, brought to you by the Parisman firm. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS and get the justice you deserve. The Parisman firm, where your case is their cause. Same starting 5 for the Cavs as well: James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, the all-star backcourt. Up front, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Time for this date in Knicks history, and for that we go back 26 years to May 21st, 2000. After 3 straight tough Game 7 losses, the Knicks break through and defeat the Miami Heat 83-82 in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Latrell Sprewell chases down a Clarence Weatherspoon miss with 2.1 seconds remaining to seal the deal. The Knicks had lost Game 7s in 1997 to the Heat, in 1995 to the Pacers, and of course Game 7 of the NBA Finals in 1994 to the Houston Rockets. Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. We have plenty more coming up on New York Knicks game night as we count down to tip-off of game number 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Up next, we will take a look at the Cleveland side of things, coming off of their Game 1 loss here at Madison Square Garden. And, of course, we will chat with Monica McNut as well, her thoughts on what we saw the other night and keys to tonight's Game 2. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
No, we're a super confident team. Obviously we understand, we literally let one slip away, but, we got a lot of positives out of this game. So we just watch film, figure out what we can correct, and, put an entire game together.
Let's be honest, it was a tough game one for Cavaliers guard James Harden. That was the multiple-time All-Star and former MVP after his 15-point performance. But Harden turned the ball over 6 times. He made only 5 field goals. And in the fourth quarter, he was unable to keep Jalen Brunson in front of him as Brunson, time after time, went around Harden to the basket as the Knicks came from 22 points down to beat the Cavs 115-104 in overtime. Pat O'Keefe back with you at the world's most famous arena on the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. And it's time now for the Coaches Report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. We have heard throughout the pregame show from Knicks head coach Mike Brown. Now it's time to hear from his good friend, former colleague, and counterpart, Kenny Atkinson of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Talking about Harden's defense, Atkinson was asked if he is assessing process or results when the Knicks insist on attacking James Harden defensively.
That's really what it comes down to, and we discussed it yesterday in the Pret Lake. Is it you're going to keep trusting the process because the numbers would say stick with what you're doing. It's from a process level, it's working. But we all know too, there's a great player on the other team that can disrupt that process. And well, we got to help our players, and I always go to that first. How can we help our players? And that's why we eventually made the adjustment. But there could be a very strong argument to make, like, why didn't you just stick with what you're doing if the numbers were telling you that? Because you could also say, well, when you switch to start doubling, Landry Shamet hit a corner 3, and maybe if you're stayed in your basic coverage, it's another 2, and yeah, so you're trust me, this is the real dilemma in coaching. But I do think there's a point where you kind of got to say, okay, the numbers don't mean as much right now. We gotta do something different. We gotta help our team, help our and the players too, because players feel that. So I think that's why we eventually started doubling.
Can't suffer a tougher loss than the Cavs did in game number 1 the other night. So Atkinson was asked why his group is able to bounce back from a tough loss like that one.
It comes down to leadership. I wish I could say it was coaching. I think it's leadership. I really do. And I've said this before. I think James has added a toughness to he's kind of a no BS dude. Like he's so real and kind of doesn't let anybody slide. Doesn't let So I think that's been really helpful. He's given this group more confidence and more stability, and I think that helps you bounce back from tough losses.
Now, for 3.5 quarters of Game 1, the Cavaliers were in position to come into Madison Square Garden, 48 hours removed from a Game 7, and stun the Knicks with a Game 1 victory. Of course, the Knicks eliminated the 22-point deficit and came back to win in overtime. How did the Cavs get there? Well, in the third quarter, they outscored the Knicks 35-23. So what did they do to put themselves in position to win? And how can Atkinson's team draw from that success over the course of the whole game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing, Malika, is like getting into the open court, getting downhill in the open court, just settling for the threes. I think there were 6 or 7 of them where I'm rewinding. I'm like, that could be a paint touch. That could be a paint touch. That could be a paint touch. And sometimes with the skill we have and the shooting we have, we will lean on, take the three before touching the paint. But I think for us, that first 10 seconds of the shot clock is huge. When you start getting in the half court with them and it starts becoming that type of battle, that's to their favor, and it's tough. It's tougher to get in the paint, but we got to switch our mentality to be more paint oriented, rim oriented.
Kenny Atkinson and Mike Brown earlier in the coaches report, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. The superior game meets superior taste. Grab a Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer as you cheer your team on. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Knicks have taken the floor for pregame warm-ups. Jalen Brunson was asked about the Cavs' mindset heading into Game 2.
I mean, we know that they're going to be ready to go. Being able to steal one at home, after the way they played throughout most of that game, we know that they're definitely going to be ready to go.
And here's Josh Hart on getting ready for the Cavs' energy tonight.
They're going to come out with extreme energy, attention to detail, focus, a sense of urgency and desperation, and we got to not match that, but we have to exceed it. Obviously, they're looking at it like that was our game that we gave away. And, they're looking at film of if we fix this here or fix this here, we would have won the game. And that's what they're going to try to, do tomorrow. So we got to make sure we come in, focus, and have a better start than we did.
This Saturday, tune into MSG at 7 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 3 against the Cavs, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. We'll take another break on New York Knicks game night. When we come back, I will be joined by Monica McNut to set the stage for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Knicks and the Cavs as the Knicks look to take a 2-0 lead. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden and the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. Getting you set for game number 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pat O'Keefe joined now by Monica McNut, who is on the call once again with Tyler Murray this evening. All right, Monica, the game 1 comeback, it was epic, it was historic. It's been well documented for the last 48 hours, and it's something that Knicks fans won't forget for a very long time. But as far as it pertains to, like, the series as a whole, what can the Knicks do tonight to guard against not falling behind by 22 points again?
Pat, okay. All right. First of all, as much as I didn't, someone commented on our post, by the way, Tyler, that I didn't like the word rust. So they were listening. Shout out to everyone that listens diligently. I will admit the rust was real. Now, I think we've cleared the rust, Pat, and that is probably step 1 to not starting as sluggish as they did offensively. I mean, yesterday's performance game 1's performance through 3.5 quarters, to me, was reminiscent of a funky game in the month of January where three-point shooting altered everything. Mindset, defense, offense, like, it was just bad. Now, the maturity in the veteran poise showed itself in the epic comeback in the fourth quarter and the victory in the overtime, but I largely think that is behind them. I will add, though, that Mike Brown was asked pregame, and you probably ran the sound because you're an excellent pregame host, about this team's championship medal compared to other championship squads that he's been on, and he, as wordfully and lovely as he says, basically said you have to guard against feeling like you are a championship team and be prepared for the level of competition and the preparation of your opponent. And that is the bottom line. And so I do think that the veteran poise is that. To be prepared that game 2 is going to be more challenging than game 1.
From a basketball standpoint, obviously they found something in the fourth quarter with that matchup, putting James Harden in difficult defensive situations. How can they tap into that and replicate that tonight?
I don't know that it will be as blatantly available, Pat, quite honestly. I've been thinking a lot about this, and if you listen to Kenny Atkinson, he basically shouldered all the load, which he should as a coach. But I do think that even as I was watching, I'm like, geez, like, Jalen got past one layer of soft defense, and that was it. And that is not typically what you expect at this point in the season, right? There's one layer, there's 2 layers, there might even be a 3rd layer, right? And when they finally did go to those soft double teams, the Knicks made them pay with their three-point shooting, which was outstanding. So I do think that, as the lingo I've learned this morning from my former NBA player colleagues, is find the fish. I do think that is a strategy. We've seen it deployed against Jalen Brunson as well. But I expect the Cavs to have far more urgency at the point of attack, maybe to fight over switches, maybe to double team, to make life more difficult for Brunson.
Huge opportunity for the Knicks tonight. Obviously, they could take a 2-0 lead in the series. Monica, let's get to your keys to game 2.
All right, so my first key, Pat, is exactly what we just talked about. Start with the necessary urgency of an Eastern Conference game and an opportunity to go up 2-0, and that's pretty simple to me. In fact, if three-point shooting gets a little bit funky, shot making and defensive attention, all of those things need to stay. In fact, one of the things that we've enjoyed the most of this over this postseason, I know Tyler's a big fan of it, is that it has not been solely reliant on three-point shooting. But there is an attentiveness that is required no matter which part of your game is hot and which part of your game is cold, but especially on the defensive end. So starting with the necessary urgency on the defensive side of the basketball. Then, for me, I'm still looking at second chance points. I think that's an opportunity, for the Knicks to capitalize in this series and to make life difficult for the Cavs. I mean, they essentially took away all of those opportunities in the fourth quarter. And then the last one for me, Pat, I am going to go back to three-point shooting. I expect I scratched that. I want to go paint protection again, because I expect, as we heard Kenny Atkinson say, 10 seconds into the possession are key. He wants his guys to get downhill, get paint touches, and then begin to spray. So the Knicks need to guard the paint, not just against the score, but the opportunity just to collapse so that they can get back out and rotate to those shooters. So necessary urgency to start the basketball game, offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities, and then guarding the paint are my keys for tonight.
Monica, Tyler, and I, and everyone who asked you about rust before game one, we feel a tiny bit vindicated.
Okay, great. I'm glad we have that sort of relationship.
Have a great call.
Thank you.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York, WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
And that'll do it for New York Knicks game night. Coming up next, it is Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt have the call, and I will be back with you at halftime, breaking down the first half once again with Wally Zerbiak. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks game night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Behind the back, right wing, off the dribble, 3. He got it! Jalen Brunson is not human right now!
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Finds Shaman, far corner, three-pointer for the tie. He got it! Off the back rim and in! Shaman with the soft touch, and we're tied at 99!
The New York Knicks. Are you ready? Are you ready?
And that is it for Game 1. It's the biggest comeback win in Knicks franchise history in the playoffs, and win Game 1. And they take a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Madison Square Garden for the Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks versus the Cavs. It's Game 2. Now here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
There's an old saying in sports, you always see something new when you come to the arena, when you go to the ballpark, when you watch a game at a stadium. That happens to be overused. You don't always see something new every time you're at a sporting event. But we saw something here in Game 1 on Tuesday night of the Eastern Conference Finals that has never happened before. The Knicks became the first team in NBA history to come back from a 22-point deficit with just 7 minutes left in a playoff game. Teams were previously 0-64 when facing those daunting odds, but the Knicks got one in the win column for the history books and for this pivotal semifinal series as the Final Four in the NBA's postseason rages on. It is now time for Game 2 from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, between the Knicks and the Cavaliers, who had such a devastating loss on Tuesday that team owner Dan Gilbert sent out a tweet that said, "That's as tough as it gets, but let's get Game 2 on Thursday night, and all of this will soon be a distant memory." And that is where we begin, as the Knicks are hoping to follow up a miraculous victory by holding serve and keeping home court. Well, the Cavs hoping to erase those sour memories from just 2 nights ago that's had this city abuzz for the past 48 hours. So glad you're with us, everybody. Alongside Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. Stephen Ray, our statistician. Gary Jeffries, our engineer. And Ray Santiago, our protector and our producer. Ready to roll from the Mecca. Monica, you talked with our esteemed pre- and post host Pat O'Keefe before the game about what's it going to take for the Knicks to get off to a better start. Anything tactically you can see, or is it a matter of just keeping that momentum from the fourth quarter and overtime from the other night? Because after starting 4 of 24 from downtown with several air balls and bricks, they finished 6 of 9 from 3, looking a lot more like the team we became accustomed to seeing during the first 7 wins of this now 8-game playoff win streak.
Does making shots count as tactical?
Yes, well, no, but I'm going to take that as an answer, sure.
That's not my actual answer, but that's the first one. Okay. The second one, though, I really want to see how this double team thing goes this game. Yes. Because, quite honestly, the Knicks were getting cooked as they double teamed James Harden in game 1. The rotations were off. They were not urgent enough. It led to easy threes and dump downs in the paint. So that is one tactical adjustment defensively that I'm curious about. Quite frankly, will James Harden get the double, or will it be Donovan Mitchell here in game 2, or will it not be a consistent double at all?
Karl Anthony Towns has been the offensive hub when Jalen Brunson hasn't been putting the team on his back. Didn't have as much success in that regard in game 1. A playoff high 7 turnovers for Karl Anthony Towns. We'll see how the Knicks adjust elsewhere as they look to take a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. And welcome to Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals presented by Lexus. Tonight's matchup features the Cleveland Cavaliers and your New York Knicks. And now, if you're able, please rise or move your caps here to present our nation's colors. Please welcome the Fire Department of New York. And now here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor known for his work on Broadway as the Scarecrow in The Wiz, Avery Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and a rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Avery Wilson.
Beautifully done, as always, by Mr. Avery Wilson. You know, my first day on the job last year, Monica McNut, Ray Santiago, our producer, said, you know, Tyler, Madison Square Garden has the best anthem singers in the world. And I kind of rolled my eyes. I used to work in minor league baseball. I've seen a lot of bad anthems, but wow, was he right? And
absolutely, he was right. I'm also shocked that you rolled your eyes because you, of all people, were so enamored. And granted, we have a very cool job. After we left game 1, I was like, we have a very cool job. But I thought for sure you would have bought that without any hesitation.
Well, Ray Santiago's word is bond. I've come to know that. And Avery Wilson, who is the Scarecrow. If he only had a brain, and he certainly got a voice, we are set to go for Knicks basketball game 2, Eastern Conference Finals, New York and Cleveland. As we start with the officiating crew brought to you by Dime Community Bank, Zach Zarba leads the way with James Williams and Sean Wright assisting. Those are the officials brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street. That's right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups first for the visiting Cavaliers, who are quite a good home team, especially in the playoffs. Just one loss in their home building all year, adding even more urgency for the Knicks to hold serve and get a 2-0 lead going to Cleveland. They do not make a change in their starting five. It is still Dean Wade starting instead of Max Strus. Donovan Mitchell and James Harden share the backcourt. That's no surprise. Mitchell had 29 points about halfway through the fourth quarter on Tuesday, but finished 0 for 5, not scoring the rest of the way, fourth quarter and overtime. And that was one of the many criticisms the Cavs coaching staff faced, of course, led by Kenny Atkinson. Why wasn't Donovan Mitchell more involved? And the other, of course, more than ever, James Harden, who surrendered 11 consecutive points to Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. Why was there no adjustment made until a too little, too late double team attempt, which would lead to the two-game tying three-pointers, one from Bridges and the other from Shamet. Now, Harden didn't have a great offensive night either. He was 1 of 8 from 3, and then 6 turnovers, which is only one higher than his postseason per-game average. Yes, he's given it away 5 times a night as their primary ball handler. On the wings, it is Dean Wade and Evan Mobley. We talk about Mobley and Jarrett Allen as the two bigs and how they can create so many problems for an offense with their size and length. Dean Wade is actually taller, according to the roster anyway, than Jarrett Allen at 6'10". Now Wade had a play with 8 minutes to go on Tuesday. That was a 4-point play on a right corner three. He was fouled by Jordan Clarkson and made the free throw to make it an 18-point game. And if you turned off game one at that point, you are forgiven. You are absolved. It only got worse from there for the next few minutes. The Knicks were down by 22 before eventually going on a 44-11 run to close out the win. Evan Mobley at the power forward position, a season-high 8 3-point attempts on Tuesday. He only made 2 of them. We'll see if that's a strategy the Knicks want to lean into, allowing Mobley to take threes. Shot 29% during the regular season, but a much more respectable 35% in the playoffs. As for the Knicks, it's Jalen Brunson at the point. 15 fourth-quarter points, part of his 38-point masterpiece. And much like the rest of the Knicks offense, it was a slow start for 3.5 quarters, but then he turned it on pretty much like we've never seen before. The Knicks won the fourth quarter 38-16, and they did it without a single fast break point. It was Brunson, switched on to Harden, over and over and over again until they forced overtime 101-101. At the 2-guard, Mikal Bridges, another A-plus effort from Bridges that might get overshadowed by the rest of the team's performance, but he had 2 very clutch three-pointers to start the comeback, or at least sustain the comeback in the fourth. 18 points for Bridges, and over his last 6 games, going back to Game 6 against Atlanta, he's averaging 19 points, and Bridges just under 50% from 3. OG Anunoby and Josh Hart starting again. Anunoby only 1 of 6 from three-point land. It was his first game in 2 weeks, still working through that right hamstring strain, but maybe a sign of encouragement. 7 of 8 from the line in overtime in Game 1. Now, a handful of those free throws came when the game was basically out of hand, but the ones he made early helped the Knicks establish the lead that they would never relinquish, an 11-point overtime win. And then Josh Hart, he hit 1 3-pointer on Tuesday, but it was a big one. Now he subbed out of the game with 10 minutes left. Knicks down 16, and the Landry Shamet lineup with the starters proved to be the difference maker, but Josh Hart truly is, and I think this is a fact, Monica, the most selfless player in the NBA, the way he talks about how badly he wants this team to win. And yes, he wants to be involved, but he was as excited as anybody when they got the job done, even if he was watching from the bench on that particular night. And then Karl Anthony Towns, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists in Game 1. He did have the aforementioned playoff high 7 turnovers, though. We'll see if he can clean things up, as these two teams have had a chance to digest a wild Game 1. Tough act to follow here for the second game. But here we go. Knicks in black, Cavs in white. Ball tossed up by Zarba, and the tip is won by Towns. Knicks will start from left to right on a Thursday night at Madison Square Garden. Game 2 is underway in the Eastern Conference Finals. Brunson gets the ball near sideline, goes on Harden, left elbow, slips inside, lefty floater is good, picking up where he left off from game 1. It's 2-0 New York. Inbound was stolen by Bridges. He'll find Brunson right wing, pump fake on Mobley, now top of the key, feeds Anunoby on the right side perimeter, back to Brunson up top, Anunoby again right side baseline drive, picked up by Wade. Now it's Towns out high. He's wide open. He'll take a three and connects. It's a 5-0 start in 30 seconds for New York in Game 2.
Well, that's different from what we saw in Game 1. Love how much this offense is clicking and the defense showing up to make a statement early in this ballgame.
This Knicks crowd did not have a lot to cheer about until late on Tuesday, but they're raucous right away tonight. Evan Mobley, a right wing triple. That's the crowd silencer. Talked about his 2-for-8 night in the opener a couple of nights ago. He starts 1 for 1, and it's a 5-3 game.
Yeah, one thing that I found very curious over the last couple days in terms of talking points is Kenny Atkinson talking about their offense needing to hold their own, and that was actually more of an issue in the fourth.
Brunson, a scoop bounce pass to a cutting Hart, and it went from the right corner to the near side foul line, extended, and Hart got upended by Dean Wade as that pass bounced its way through the defense. And the first foul of the night committed on the 6'10" Dean Wade. Now the Knicks won't shoot free throws here. Hart was wrapped up on the catch before he got the shot up, but foul shooting a big part of the Cavs' collapse on Tuesday. They missed 7 free throws, including 4 in the fourth quarter from Jared Allen. Anunoby, left side mid-range, finds Hart in the far corner, and he misses a three. Soft touch, but it fell off the back rim, and Mobley gets the rebound.
That looks better than most of the shots he took in game 1. I believe that shot is going to fall for Hart. He's diligent, and he's shooting with confidence.
Mobley off a pocket pass from Mitchell, misses a runner over Anunoby, middle of the paint, but it's cleaned up and put back in by Allen, and the game is tied at 5.
One of my keys was second chance opportunities.
Allen led the game with 6 offensive rebounds in the opener, even more than Mitchell Robinson, who had 4. Brunson, left side wing, screen on the right from Towns. On the other side now, Bridges back to Brunson near the center court logo. Matched up with Mitchell, bounce pass to Bridges, left wing, in the paint, fires right corner, Anunoby. 3 at the end of the shot clock is an air ball, and a shot clock violation. He had no room to operate with Harden right underneath him. It's a 5-5 game, 2 minutes into game 2.
Not a ton to diagnose here early. Evan Mobley actually taking that three is a little bit offline from what we heard Kenny Atkinson talk about. Although it was wide open, it was a good shot. But he talked about wanting his guys to get paint touches and then see what they can create from there.
A common theme of the 20-point comebacks from last year's playoff run was the Knicks' opposition settling for too many threes. Evan Mobley's not settling right now. A pick and pop tray from straight on, and it's an 8-0 run for the Cavs after the Knicks had 5 on the board before the Cavaliers' first shot. It is 8-5 Cleveland, 9.5 to go in the first quarter. Towns on the left wing, defended by Mobley, fires it to Hart far corner, drives baseline on Allen and banks in a reverse right-hand layup. It's an 8-7 ball game.
I like that aggressiveness by Josh Hart, going at the shot blocker, in fact.
Alley-oop from Mitchell to Allen, who came back down with it just outside the restricted area, and so many Knicks went to cover Mitchell's drive, and he was able to lay it back in. Allen's got 4 points. It's a 3-point lead for Cleveland.
Now, I bumped into some folks close to Donovan Mitchell pregame, and his body being sore was one of the talking points. So we'll see what that looks like over the course of this game.
Brunson misses a left wing three off the dribble handoff. That would have tied the game. There are a lot of Donovan Mitchell's people in the building tonight. Local kid, grew up a big Mets and Knicks fan. Harden left side arc, off the dribble three over Brunson. Got it. And after both teams were ice cold to start Tuesday, the Cavs are 3 out of 3 from downtown tonight. It's a 6-point lead.
Well, an offensive explosion is on line with these two teams in terms of that being a strength.
Hart's left alone in the right corner, missed another three, too strong this time, but the hustle of Towns forces the rebound out of bounds off of Mobley, and 14 on the shot clock for the Knicks. After taking a 5-0 lead, they've allowed a 13-2 Cavalier run. Right baseline inbound coming. It's to Bridges' far corner. Now Towns left wing, Mobley on him. Last year's Defensive Player of the Year. Now defending Brunson, top of the key. Crossed him over, foul line, pump fake. Hard on the right side baseline. Left wing Bridges to the right side, foul line extended. Now a baseline leaner is good for the near side. It's a 4-point game.
So that's some of the same action that we saw when Karl-Anthony Towns is at that high post. Some of the cutting there, which we know Michelob Bridges has excelled in this postseason.
Hart gets the assist there. Anunoby and Towns have 1 dime apiece. Step back right side 3. Harden blocked by Anunoby. He came toward Hart, poked it away to Towns. Brunson long outlet to Anunoby underneath the hoop. He lets Mitchell fly by and lays it in. And Anunoby brings the Knicks back within 2.
What a great heads-up play. Hustling for that loose ball on the defensive rebound and then getting it down the floor.
Spider Mitchell slicing underneath, missed a right-hand layup. Rebound initially to Allen, but it got stripped toward the far sideline. Hart picked it up, but then lost his balance out of bounds near the Knick bench. And Zach Zarba finds it to call a Cleveland possession, 13-11. Cleveland leads it with 7:34 to go in the first.
I like the effort, though, by the Knicks. It's a one-possession ball game. Listen, this is the 2nd and 4th offensive rated team through these playoffs, so I'm excited to see what this can look like when they're all clicking.
Josh Hart was credited with a block on that missed layup from Donovan Mitchell earlier in this possession. Cavs ball up 2. They go from right to left in the white uniforms. Knicks in black and orange tonight. Mitchell right side elbow, 2 steps toward the cup and a right-hand floater. Misses off front iron, but an offensive rebound for Allen, and it got wrapped up from behind by Anunoby as his putback missed. So 2 free throws coming for Jarrett Allen, who continues dominating the offensive boards. Now, there's no Mitchell Robinson out there at the moment, but if Cleveland continues to at least hold their own in second chance points, as you highlighted early, Monica, that's a path for them to not just win this game, but hang around in the series as Allen gets the free throw to make it a 3-point Cavalier lead.
The other piece of that, as far as Jarrett Allen is concerned, I actually thought he got tapped in the back. There could have been whistle on his first 2 field goals off offensive rebounds. Well, one was offensive rebound, one was an assist by Donovan Mitchell. So within that, the Knicks got to be sound in combating those opportunities by just blocking out and not get called for ticky-tack fouls.
Allen gets both free throws here, and again, he missed 4 of them in game 1, but he's got 3 offensive rebounds in under 5 minutes. Knicks down 4. Hart on the right side. Perimeter catches, drives far, block, pump fake underneath on Allen, who did not bite. So Hart is forced into a tough spinning turnaround push shot that does not go. It is Harden to the left side elbow. In the front court left. Nowhere to go as a good defense from Hart forces a reset pass.
Yeah, but Evan Mobley was posting Michelob Bridges.
Mobley's open on the left corner now. Bridges closes him out. Baseline drive will post him up again. Hop step in the lane, double team by Towns, but a reverse layup is good. No backboard required for Mobley. 6-point Cleveland lead.
So Mobley obviously hit 2 threes that were great looks, but you can see from the bigs and this team the focus on getting into the paint.
17-11 Cavaliers. Hart right wing, left alone again. Dribbles to the foul line, looking around. Couldn't hand off to Bridges. Now finds Brunson up top. Brunson to the right point. Crossover on Harden. Passes left for Hart. 3-pointer in the air. Back rim, no. Rebound Allen. And the fans' frustration is very noticeable. And maybe some frustration for Hart, too. He just laid out trying to steal an inbound pass to Harden, or an outlet pass. Tipped it out of bounds. And that leads to immediate timeout as Hart walks toward the bench with the basketball, slammed it down, caught it, slammed it down again, and then handed it to the referee with the Knicks down by 6 about halfway through this first quarter.
He wants it so bad, but getting frustrated with yourself, listen, I've been there. Not necessarily the best play. You got to shoot. You got to shoot to get hot, and you got to shoot to stay hot. In the duration of the series, the Knicks needing 4 wins, he will be involved, but he can't hang his head now in game 2.
The good news for the Knicks, they've got options. Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, just to name a few. With Shamet, of course, hitting the big shots to put the game away after completing that comeback in game 1. We'll see what the Knicks want to do on the other side of the break. It's 17-11 Cleveland with 6:12 to go in this first quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network.
Attention Knicks fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com, saving lives drip by drip.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
Cavaliers 17, Knicks 11. This is game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. New York has a 1-0 series lead after overcoming a 22-point fourth quarter deficit in game 1 here on Tuesday. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. Monica McNut, Josh Hart is 1 out of 8 from three-point land in the series. And if that doesn't change, the Cavaliers, well, they'll be vindicated in their strategy. They're letting him shoot threes. It has worked in their favor, but the Knicks are sticking with their starting 5 right now, while Sam Merrill will come into the game for Kenny Atkinson's Cavaliers along with Max Strus. So no Donovan Mitchell, at least for the short term.
The one thing I will say about this Josh Hart shooting, and I stand at you got to shoot to get high, you got to shoot to stay hot, stay with him. But he brings so many other things to the floor. And so I think you got to be careful when you talk about Art. He's not hitting that three and losing the other things that he brings.
And Anunoby able to block a driving Jared Allen. Loose ball came to Strus, though. Second block for OG. Strus left wing, bounce past Merrill. Near corner, three-pointer. Missed it wide left. And a rebound for Karl Anthony Towns. Midcourt outlet to Brunson, racing ahead from left to right. Almost stripped by Harden. It's back to Towns at the logo. Holds the ball high on the smaller Strus. But they want to get it to Brunson instead. At the second K in Knicks at center court here at MSG. It's Brunson, left side point. One hand pass to Bridges, right angle. Underneath for a Hart right block. Tried to find a cutting Bridges, and on the baseline, the ball was tipped out of bounds by the Cavs, which is 3.8 to shoot for the Knicks.
So one of the things I talked about in the pregame was not stopping running the offense, was continuing to run the offense, I should say, after the first option may or may not be available. And these guys have done a much better job of continuing to cut so far tonight.
Hart at the dotted line off the inbound, drains a fadeaway jumper over Jared Allen. So Josh Hart has 4 points, and it's a 4-point deficit now. 5 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Cavaliers from right to left in white and wine tonight. Knicks in black and orange. Left side arc, Dean Wade faked the pass, got stripped on the drive by Anunoby. He'll race ahead from left to right. Hop step in the lane underneath the Bridges. Pump fakes Merrill out of the way and banks in a layup to make it a 2-point game.
An underrated piece of that play will be Josh Hart occupying Jared Allen so that he wasn't in position to contest and try to block that Bridges layup.
The little things you mentioned. Sam Merrill on the right side angle takes a three, missed it short, rebound Towns. Knicks can tie or take the lead. Hart in a hurry, right elbow. Caught in the air, passes left to Brunson. Looking around, Dean Wade's on him. Far side corner, Bridges. Races to the cup. Acrobatic layup wouldn't go. He thought he got fouled, no call. And a rebound from Jared Allen. Strus left side, bounce pass to Wade. In the near corner, his three-pointer is perfect over Bridges. And the Cavs have a 20-15 lead.
Dean Wade was 3 of 5 from the three-point line in game 1. He obviously is a respected shooter in this ball game.
He came out of the game with about 4 minutes left on Tuesday as Towns catches up top, drives on Harden, met underneath by Allen, but he banks in a left-hand layup anyway. It's a 3-point game. Cavs 20, Knicks 17. The Knicks are going to get Robinson and McBride in at the first available opportunity. while Mobley, Mitchell, and Schroeder are set to check in for the Cavs. Final 4 minutes, first frame. Mobley in the paint, trying to drive on Towns. Half spin off a big pass, and he blew the layup right at the cup. It's Towns by the logo, pump fake to three. Drive was sealed off by Allen. He'll keep trying. He does get to the right block and somehow finds his way into the rim with a right-hand layup that dropped off the front iron and down. He wanted a foul, but they'll settle for two, and a Kenny Atkinson timeout. It's a one-point game after trailing by 6. The Knicks are back within 20-19.
I like Karl-Anthony Towns really forcing the issue, partly because you have the opportunity to potentially pin fouls on those guys. If you get Jared Allen off the floor, I'm a fan of that. The second thing, though, too, is this will give him a little bit more space as a facilitator, right? If he's attacking the paint, Jared Allen might give him a step to be prepared in a better defensive position if he decides to put the ball on the floor, which gives him just enough breathing room to potentially find his teammates as they are cutting around the floor.
What a start for Karl-Anthony Towns. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 of 3 from the field, and he's made his only three-point attempt after going 1 for 4 in Game 1. Cavaliers 20, Knicks 19. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks down 1 with 3:39 remaining in the first quarter of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today. The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Knicks down 1 early in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. It is Cavaliers 20, Knicks 19. We are seeing Karl-Anthony Towns get downhill, taking Jared Allen, an excellent defender, right to the cup. He's got a team-high 7 points, 3 of 3 from the field. Monica's laughing at the video board.
Mario and Mason, that baby's what, about 6 maybe? He may be not even that old, but he's so sweet.
In a blue Jalen Brunson jersey, there are thousands of those here at Madison Square Garden. Out of the timeout, the Knicks have McBride and Robinson out there for the first time, as well as Landry Shamet playing with McBride, Bridges, and Brunson. Shamet gets a steal at the top of the key off a bad pass, and a whistle and a foul as Shamet spun across midcourt. He got wrapped up, I believe, by Sam Merrill. 3:24 to go in the first quarter. It is just the third foul of the entire game so far.
I like this, these substitutions, trying to make sure all the Knicks starters get the adequate amount of rest. Shamet obviously coming off of a terrific Game 1.
It's a smaller, faster lineup. You've got Mikal Bridges at 6'6", playing power forward. Brunson driving kick, far corner. McBride finds Shamet left wing. Steps back, couldn't get a 3 off over Merrill. And now it's Bridges out high. Left-hand dribble drive, far side block, and he banked in a right-hand leaner. And the Knicks have taken the lead for the first time since it was 5-3. It's 21-20.
The bank is open. Jalen Brunson cracked the bank open. Bank robbed in the fourth quarter of game 1.
There's Merrill, top of the arc as the Cavs go from right to left in whites tonight. Knicks in black and orange. Mobley near corner, pump fake to 3 on Robinson. Baseline drive into a reverse dunk as he got underneath the hoop and gives the Cavs a 1-point lead.
Robinson closes out a little bit aggressively, and I understand Mobley's knocked down 2 threes already in this one, but he didn't have an opportunity to get to the baseline to cut off that penetration.
Robinson caught a pass at the restricted area, then went up to the rim and got wrapped up by Sam Merrill, strategically so, to force free throws from Robinson. Cavs 22, Knicks 21, with 2:36 to go in the first quarter. A similar low-scoring first frame so far to what we saw in game 1. Mitchell Robinson did not have a great night at the line in that game. He was 2 of 8 from the stripe. But Mobley was 2 of 8 from 3 in game 1, and he hasn't missed a 3 yet tonight. Let's see. At the basket to our right, Robinson short on the first.
Not enough knee bend, I think, on that one.
Well, Monica, Mitchell Robinson announced today that he did something that a lot of people around his age did 10 years ago. He deleted Facebook. So congratulations to Mitch. He said he's getting into a more locked-in phase of the postseason and eliminating any distractions. It does not work at the free throw line, though, as he misses both. Schroeder will bring it ahead from right to left.
More opportunities to come. We'll see if it pays off.
Schroeder on the right side. Arc picked up by Shamet. To the far sideline now, around a screen from Mobley. Now to the far side mid-range, leans in, misses a right-hand bank shot, and Bridges pulls down the board. 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Knicks ball down by 1 from left to right. They operate. Right corner, McBride catching 2-3. Got it over Sam Merrill. And Deuce McBride, after a scoreless game 1, gives the Knicks a 2-point lead in game 2.
Such a good feeling to see your first shot go in. He's already had as many attempts as he had in game 1.
Mitchell can't answer on a right wing step back triple. It's Brunson. At the center court logo, screen on the left wing from Bridges. That matches Donovan Mitchell up with Jalen Brunson. An all-NBA showdown here. Screen from Shamet, right wing triple, back rim, and then off the top of the backboard to kiss the bottom of the shot clock, and that means out of bounds. That's where the shot should have wound up in game 1 last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hey, we're moving past that.
1:42 to go in the first quarter. I did want to bring up, Monica,
one last time.
Game 2 of that series is where I believe it was truly lost.
No, I agree.
Which makes tonight's game all the more important to try to back up what you did in game 1. Here's Mobley toward the foul line, spins away from Brunson, off the dribble, 16-footer, too strong, good contest from Robinson, and Shamet gets the rebound.
The footwork on that contest was really important because he easily could have ended up in the landing area of Mobley. Oh, he wasn't looking.
Brunson foul line floater turned it into what he hoped was an alley-oop pass for Robinson, but Mitch was looking for the rebound, so it goes off the rim. It winds up with Schroeder ahead to a streaking Merrill for a game-tying layup. It's 24-24.
I appreciate Brunson trying to get his big man involved. We heard Kenny Atkinson talking about his bigs and sort of the reward of getting those guys involved early. His bigs are definitely involved. Mitchell Robinson is the only big of the 4 that has not gotten involved in the scoring column just yet.
That will go in the box score as a missed shot for Brunson. Final minute, first quarter, tied at 24. Brunson slips inside, left block, pump fake, and then leaned in, but got hit before the shot. Donovan Mitchell hit with his first foul, and the Knicks now in the bonus, but this will be an inbound. 49 seconds to go in this first quarter. They trail by 6, they led by 5. Right now it's tied 24-all. Far sideline inbound for Brunson, 14 to shoot. It's a lob pass toward the top of the arc for Shamet. Hands back to Brunson, sets a screen to get Schroeder away, and now it's Mitchell defending the Knicks captain. Right side foul line extended, sidestep, pump fake, spin move. Mitchell stays down. Shamet on the right corner, had a pass out of a 3, give and go with Brunson, and at the end of the shot clock, he rattled out a floater from the right block, but then Strus pushed Robinson in the back fighting for the rebound, and that means free throws for Robinson, but the alternative was the Cavs running back down the other way, so the Knicks will settle for 2 Robinson free throws.
Yeah, and as much as you might groan about the potential of Mitchell Robinson having to shoot these free throws, the fouls count. Max Strus is a Swiss Army knife for this group, and if he gets in foul trouble, he is one less resource for the Cavs to use to try to even this series up.
Tied at 24. Robinson can't break the tie. That one rattled out. 33 seconds to go in the first. Another great point by you, Monica. There were 3 different Cavaliers who had 5 fouls by the time the game worked its way to OT on Tuesday. And nobody fouled out, but that's always a consideration. Just how aggressively do you allow yourself to play defense when one mistake fouls you out? Robinson misses both, so he's 0 for 4, and the score remains tied 24-24. Half a minute left in this first quarter. The Knicks will, if this plays out according to regular plan, get the final possession. It's Mitchell on the left side point toward the near block. He'll kick out to Sam Merrill, right wing. He back rims a 3, but an offensive rebound for Mobley. Sets up in the far corner, and now it's Schroeder. There's your broadcaster jinx. The Knicks will not get the final shot of the possession. Mitchell top of the key with 4. Step back left wing 3 with 2, and he rattles it in with 0.7 to go. 3-pointer to give the Cavs a 27-24 lead. Inbound to Bridges. He will take an 81-footer that misses 10 feet short. And Cleveland, much like what we saw the other day, a buzzer beater from Donovan Mitchell. It's given them a lead, 27-24. As we hit the second quarter at Madison Square Garden, Game 2 of the conference finals.
This quarter is more on line with what I expected this series to be. Listen, while we expect the Knicks to get out of it,
you hit the like button, come on, hit the like button and subscribe too. Join the family.
They have rim protection. They have the ability to score in the paint. There's nothing about this, and of course there shouldn't be. With just 4 teams left in the NBA playoffs, it shouldn't be easy. So I thought the Knicks did some good things in terms of moving the basketball. I thought they were attentive on defense.
Of course, they'll hope they can find a little rhythm from three-point land. Remember Game 1 in the first quarter? The Knicks were 1 of 10. Tonight, they're 2 of 8, but only down by 3 points. And if not for 4 missed free throws from Mitchell Robinson, they could be winning this game. And right now, down 27-24 as we go to the second quarter of Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives. Just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
27-24 Cleveland after 1 quarter. This is the second quarter, brought to you by Hand & Stone. Hand & Stone, relaxation that fits real life. Book today at handandstone.com. With Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. The Knicks have 6 different players with at least 2 points, but everybody looking up at Evan Mobley, who's got 10, including 2 early 3-pointers to get him going. Cavs ball to begin the second. They go from right to left in white and maroon. Knicks in black and orange with New York on the front in that bright orange color. They've got Alvarado, McBride, Shamet, Hart, and Towns on the floor. Schroeder, Merrill, Strus, Mitchell, and Mobley for Cleveland. essentially 5 guys out there for both sides that can hit a three-pointer, including Max Strus on a left wing try. That's off the front rim, and Alvarado gets the rebound. Knicks from left to right, down by 3, opening possession for New York in the second quarter. Alvarado on the left side, screen from Towns, passes right for Harden in the corner, hands to McBride near angle, defended by Strus, jab step right, now dribbles right toward the baseline. Tough pull-up two-pointer is good over 2 defenders for Deuce McBride to make it a 1-point game.
This aggressiveness from Deuce McBride. We talked a lot about this whole team sort of shaking off their offensive rust, if you will. Deuce McBride has done that to start the second game.
Strong drive from Donovan Mitchell, gets to the rim on a right-hand layup, just over the outstretched hands of Karl Anthony Towns for 2. 3-point lead for the Cavs. Towns out high, catch and shoot 3. Got another one with a screen from Josh Hart to create the space. Karl Anthony Towns ties the game at 29.
That's such a good-looking shot from Towns. He's been so aggressive, but the baskets that he scored have definitely come within the flow of the offense. That's what is clicking.
Strus attacks the rim from the left baseline. Missed a layup around multiple Knicks. His tip-in wouldn't go, but then a third try tip-in banked in by Evan Mobley. Cavs by 2. 10.5 to go in the second quarter. McBride in the front court right, watched by Mitchell. Puts his left hand on McBride. Now it's Towns, top of the key, defended by the smaller Strus. Left hand dribble toward the paint, met by Mobley. Hits an acrobatic right hand layup. Maybe got clocked by Mobley. No call and no complaining from Towns. We're tied at 31.
Already a dozen points in this one from Karl Anthony Towns.
He had 13 all of game 1. Top of the arc, Mitchell, foul line. Passes left, Schroeder, open 3. Too strong from the angle. Rebound Towns. That's board number 5. Hard across midcourt. Tied at 31. Alvarado on the right side. Perimeter at the MSG Chase logo. Screen on the left from Hart. Pick and roll. Left wing Towns. Fires at far corner. McBride is 3. Too much. Rebound almost tipped out of Mobley's hands by Hart. He did tip it, but it winds up with Schroeder. Cavs from right to left. Schroeder crossing over Alvarado. Then stripped out of bounds on the left-hand layup attempt. Alvarado hits Schroeder, according to Schroeder, but apparently he just got ball and off of Schroeder's leg, so Knicks basketball.
I really like the spacing that the Knicks are playing with. And Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, he's got great hands, great timing on that one. But all in all, I think the Knicks are showing far more energy defensively than we saw to start game 1. They are still getting collapsed into the paint a little bit more than I would like, but they're doing a good job of getting out to contest to those three-point shooters. 5 of 12 from 3 are the Cavs so far.
Alvarado left elbow, almost fumbled it, recovered the loose ball, and now it's McBride top of the key. Backs up toward midcourt on Mitchell, gets a handoff from Hart, back for a right wing 3, and he got fouled by Mitchell on the shot. Mitchell wants a challenge immediately. Quick little play there on the near side. McBride passed to Hart, who immediately handed back to him and pulled up for the 3, and we do have a challenge here. 9:21 to go in the second quarter.
That one does look pretty clean just from our first glances on the Jumbotron.
The score is tied 31-31. Here's Zach Zarba.
Ruling on the floor is a defensive foul on Mitchell. Cleveland is challenging the ruling.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. We are tied at 31. Neither team has led by more than 6. And with 9:21 to go in the second quarter of game 2, we will take a break while they take a look. It's either 3 free throws for McBride, or you hit fast forward and find out who would have had imminent possession on a clean strip from Donovan Mitchell. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
9:21 to go in the second quarter. The Knicks and Cavaliers are tied at 31 in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks hoping to take a 2-0 lead on the road to Cleveland for Game 3 on Saturday. Of course, the Cavs looking to atone for a 22-point meltdown with a 7.5 to go in Game 1 and knot this thing up at a game apiece. Successful challenge for Kenny Atkinson. Monica saw it right away. It was a clean strip from Donovan Mitchell. So instead of 3 Deuce McBride free throws, imminent possession to Evan Mobley. It is Cavalier ball in a tie game early second quarter. The Knicks have Alvarado, Clarkson, Bridges, and then the double bigs. Haven't seen a lot of this. Both Towns and Robinson on the floor together against Schroeder, Mitchell, Mobley, Wade, and for the first time this series, Jalen Tyson.
I actually thought that this combo provided some energy in Game 1. Uh-oh.
Baseline drive, Dennis Schroeder, and he slips past Towns for a right-hand layup, 2-point lead Cavaliers.
Well, the was because Jose Alvarado, maybe he was just being dramatic trying to draw a foul, but coming off the screen, reached for his lower limbs, but he's fine now.
3 minutes gone by in the second quarter, 33-31 Cleveland. Knicks ball from left to right. They're in black tonight, Cavs in white. Right elbow, Alvarado bounced past to Towns, who catches, takes 2 steps, and got blocked on a right-hand floater. Ball came to Mitchell along the near sideline, crosses midcourt. Mobley got the block. He had 3 on Tuesday. Dean Wade, right wing, open 3. No. Missed it wide right, and a rebound for Robinson. 8.5 remaining second quarter. Alvarado out high, passes left for Towns. Will launch a 3. That's his first miss off front iron. He was 2 for 2, and Schroeder pulls down the boards. Hands to Mitchell at the center court logo. Far side wing matched up with Mikal Bridges. Crossed over to the far elbow. Hop step in the lane. Double team by Clarkson. Gets it out to Jalen Tyson. Left wing triple. Too much for the second-year swingman out of Cal. Rebound tipped out of Towns' hands by Dean Wade, but it goes out of bounds near corner. And the Knicks will take over down by 2 with 8:07 to go in the second.
After going 5 of 10 from the three-point line in that first quarter, the Cavs have cooled off. They are 0 for 4 from 3 so far in the second quarter. Now, the process, and Kenny Atkinson was asked about process versus result, the process has yielded them open looks still as their dribble penetration is collapsing this Knicks defense.
He literally said we have to, quote, trust the process, which did not work for the Knicks' last playoff opponent. Far side baseline drive from Towns. Awkward looking right-hand floater off the side of the backboard, but a foul called on Dean Wade. It's the kind of foul that should be whistled every time Towns gets aggressive and goes to the rim. And this time, fortunately for the Knicks, it is, and he has a chance to tie the game with these 2 free throws.
I just love this aggressiveness by Karl Anthony Towns. The only note I had is that last dribble penetration off the pick and roll with Jose Alvarado. He settled for a floater, and I would have loved to see him go to the rim trying to do some damage. Yam that thing on somebody's head.
He's 5 of 7 from the field. 2 of 3 from downtown, and at the basket 2, all right. He hits the free throw. So far in the playoffs, he is 52 of 58. That is 90% from the stripe for Cat. As Mike Brown will bring in OG Anunoby, replacing Mitchell Robinson. So, at least based off his actions, Mike Brown is saying he did not love the double big minutes, at least during that segment. Now he's standing next to Mike Brown, Mitchell Robinson is. So is he coming right back in? Stay tuned. 7:52 to go in the second quarter. The Knicks lineup is Alvarado, Clarkson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns, who back rims the second free throw. So it's a 1-point Cavalier lead still. 7:48 to go in the second quarter. James Harden back into the game. He'll run the point with Donovan Mitchell resting. Screen up top from Allen. Left elbow matched up with Towns. He finds Merrill for a straight on three. In and out. Very similar to what we saw in the potential game-winning shot at the end of regulation Tuesday. Bridges down the lane. Euro step and a layup over Harden on the left side block. The Knicks have a 34-33 lead.
Euro step, left side, right hand.
And Harden might have got away with a carry in the backcourt, pressured defensively by Bridges, who eventually reached in and fouled him. But a little fire shown from number 25 in black and orange, clapping his hands back toward the Knicks bench, making life tough on James Harden.
I don't know. From our vantage point, I can't really see the contact, but I definitely saw James Harden flail his head, which it wasn't even like he was going up to the rim or anything. That's just a flat-out head flail.
Can only imagine the headbanging Kelly Oubre would be doing were he playing in this game and not having been swept in round two. Jalen Brunson will come into the game for Jose Alvarado. Harden defended by Brunson, top of the arc, left side drive all the way to the cup. Blocked on the layup by Robinson. Right to Tyson, though, who finds Merrill for a straight on three. That's off the front rim. Long rebound tipped out of bounds, far sideline. And we'll say the Knicks touched it last as they're getting away with a few wide open misses for Sam Merrill. He's 0 for 4. After starting game 1, 3 of 5.
More importantly, Mitchell Robinson with his first block of the contest on that play. And we talked about it. As much as the Knicks targeted James Harden, we are familiar with Jalen Brunson being targeted in that same way. He held his own all right, but it was the help defense that protected him on that last possession.
Cavs ball down 1, 6:49 to go second quarter. Two long strides in the lane for Harden in the middle of the paint. Missed a left-hand floater, but the rebound was tipped and stolen by Tyson. Knicks couldn't go the other way. It's back to Harden, left corner. Left foot jab step twice, 3 times now on Mitchell Robinson. Baseline drive, step back, bounce pass to Allen. 2 to shoot at the foul line. Allen able to draw a reach and foul on Anunoby with .6 to shoot. And it was a shooting foul as Allen was about to chuck it up with his right hand. So he can tie the game or give the Cavs the lead at the line with 6.5 to go in the second quarter.
First of all, Mitchell Robinson defending one of the greatest scorers this game has seen on the perimeter. Outstanding. Now, I don't know what James was doing because he played around too much for me, but I'm going to give Mitchell Robinson the credit on that one. And for it to end that way, OG Anunoby was so close to a steal. Instead, it ends up in a foul.
Jared Allen misses the first free throw. Why don't we pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York, WHSQ, WCBS-FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Allen sinks the second free throw, so the game is tied at 34, approaching the midway point in the second quarter. Knicks ball from left to right. Bridges on the high side wing. Pick and roll with Robinson. Bridges to the right side lane line. Hits a right-hand floater. Mikal Bridges has 10 points. After 18 in game 1, and the Knicks lead by 2.
He's doing a great job of moving without the basketball, and on that possession, he kept his dribble alive. He's been very effective in the semi-fast break as well.
Harden, near side hash mark around a screen from Allen. Pick and roll, foul line floater off the front rim and in. It rattled home for Harden, 36-36. Of course, Harden had the go-ahead shot on the final Cavs possession of regulation, of the second to last, I guess, before the Merrill miss. Brunson came right back down and scored his 14th and 15th points of the fourth quarter to tie it, 101-101. Brunson, right side mid-range, off the dribble, two-pointer miss, but a left-hand tip in by Mitchell Robinson puts the Knicks back in front by 2. Jordan Clarkson picking up full court. Pass to Merrill, gets them out of the light press. And it's now Allen, top of the arc, front court left. Hands to Merrill. He'll launch a 3. Missed again. Long rebound secured by Anunoby. Gets it ahead to Brunson across the timeline from left to right. To the foul line, sealed off by Merrill. Out high Anunoby, slashing inside. Left-hand layup. He got right to the cup around Dean Wade. And the Knicks lead by 4.
So a little bit of a contrast here. The Cavs with 10 second chance opportunity compared to the Knicks' 4th. That was just a second chance putback. Robinson just scored. As James Harden gets fouled by Jordan Clarkson, though, when I look at paint scoring, the Knicks are plus 10 there, 28-18, really forcing the issue and seeing if these Cavaliers can slow them.
Jordan Clarkson was trying to pick up Harden all the way in the backcourt, and they pretty much battled for 50 feet off the dribble, Harden against Clarkson. But that battle continued all the way to the rim, and as Clarkson reached in before the layup attempt by Harden, the whistle blew. And at the 8th Avenue basket to our left, Harden will get 2 free throws. He makes the first. Just 5 of 16 from the field in game 1, 1 out of 8 from 3. Both teams will make some substitutions. The current Knick lineup is Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson. So Karl Anthony Towns still resting. It's Robinson playing with the starters. And for the Cavs, they have Dean Wade out and Max Strus in. This is the starting 5 they used in the Game 7 blowout win in Detroit this past Sunday. That means Harden, Mitchell, Strus, and their double pigs, Mobley and Allen. Both free throws good for Harden. Knicks ball up by 2. Final 5 minutes of the opening half. Brunson on the left side, arc defended by Strus. Jab step with his left foot, dribbles toward the far side wing. Strus stays with him, will cross him to the foul line, leans in, dotted line, bounce past to Hart, far side elbow, off the dribble jumper, missed off the heel, tipped out by Robinson, but Harden has it. He was looking ahead for a long outlet to Jarrett Allen, but Anunoby caught up to him, so Harden will take his time.
On that offensive possession, I think Brunson lost a little bit of track of the shot clock.
Mobley left side perimeter, steps left, dribbles right all the way to the cup, and he got bumped on a layup attempt by Robinson. So free throws coming for Evan Mobley. It's his first trip to the free throw line, and Mitchell Robinson picks up his first foul.
I think Robinson's doing a really good job of moving his feet. He came up a little high, and I guess for him, defending a guy that is in his height range is a little bit of a easier opportunity. He came out of his stance just a little early. If he had stayed down, I think he still gets that block ultimately, but no foul.
But I tell you, I drove home for a bit past the beautiful gray and green truck of Mitchell Robinson after game 1.
Oh, what was his playlist? Because it's always extremely loud.
It was country.
There you go.
And when I tell you he was following every traffic law, he was doing a wonderful job out there. Very responsible young man, Mitchell Robinson.
That tracks.
Keeping it right at the speed limit, maybe a little bit under, as Mobley is able to sink both free throws.
Oh, that would have drove me crazy. I ain't even gonna lie.
40-40 is the score, with 4:11 to go in the second quarter. Knicks from left to right. They've led by as many as 5 and trailed by as many as 6. Anunoby dribbling near midcourt. Left side will attack Harden. Step back, far side baseline. Tough two-point shot. Draws a foul.
Okay.
And James Harden will pick up his first personal. That was leading into what felt like a struggle of a possession, but Anunoby gets 2 free throws out of it.
Now, Anunoby didn't shoot any free throws in game 1. This is a good opportunity for him to continue to get his legs back under him, coming back from that hamstring injury.
First foul shot is perfect for Anunoby. Knicks take a 1-point lead. Again, the Knicks have Robinson playing with the starters. Karl Anthony Towns is down on the bench in between Tyler Kolek and Mohamed Diawara, as Anunoby gets both to give the Knicks a 2-point lead. Remember, Anunoby was 8 of 10 from the line in game 1, including 7 of 8 in overtime. 42-40 New York. Cavs from right to left. Mitchell step back from the top with the key. He'll take a 3 off the dribble. Soft touch off the front rim, but it popped loose off the back rim. And the Cavs have missed 8 consecutive 3-point shots.
They're shooting 27% from the 3-point line now after a 50% first quarter.
Yeah, 5 out of 18 for the game now. Bridges far corner, catches, drives across the foul line, finds Hart, right corner, wide open 3. It's good. Josh Hart was 0 for 3, but not anymore. It's a 45-40 Knicks lead.
And what do I always say, Tyler?
Shooter, shoot. I don't know the whole thing.
Come on, to get hot and shooter, shoot to stay hot. I know, Ray. How disappointing, producer Ray.
Strus hops up in the lane, but a push-off offensive foul drawn by Jalen Brunson. It always sounds better when you say it, Monica. Knicks ball up by 5 with 3:14 to go in the second quarter.
It's fine. I don't know if I can complete any of your phrases either, so it's all good.
We will see Karl Anthony Towns re-enter the game. And Mitchell Robinson, a +1 in 9 minutes. This is becoming apparent, not just from game 1, but from the combination of the first 6 quarters plus overtime in this series. This is not going to be nearly as smooth of a series for the Knicks as what we saw in the 4-game sweep over the Sixers in round 2. Nice hand from Mitchell Robinson as he checks out. Knicks ball up 5, 3:12 to go in the second quarter. Brunson standing at the orange basketball logo at center, attacking the basket to our right, picked up by Harden. Left wing pump fake on a three. Then he leans in, trying to draw the foul, but Harden knows that game, so he backed away from him.
It is his game.
And the rebound secured by Mitchell. And then he draws a foul across midcourt.
Guys, you can't get a transition take foul with the team already up the floor. That's not how it works.
Yes, both Harden and Struz were asking for that take foul. Will not come, but a media timeout will. Good effort from the Knicks. The game was tied 40-40, but they've scored the last 5 points in the game.
Did you hit the like button? Come on, hit the like button and subscribe too. Join the family.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks by 5 with just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter of Game 2. This is the Eastern Conference Finals. New York against Cleveland. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/2060. Dealer for warranty details.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
2:56 remaining in the second quarter. The Knicks lead the Cavaliers 45-40 in the second game of the Eastern Conference Finals. The shooting split for the Knicks, this is pretty eye-popping. 3-pointers, 4 of 14, just 29%. But inside the arc, they are 15 of 21 from two-point range, so 71%.
Yeah.
That's accounted for 30 of their 45 points. They lead it by 5. And there's been some controversy in the booth during that last media timeout.
Let's clear it up.
I obviously know that Monica's signature phrase is shooter shoot to get hot and shooter shoot to stay hot. But for me to puppeteer it and...
It's not puppeteering. We're teammates, bro. You're supposed to... It's a lob. Like, it's a layup. It's an assist.
Does Clyde say bang?
It doesn't matter. We're not them. Don't do that. I missed your sarcasm because I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the court. But of course you do know. I was not being sarcastic when I said I can't finish any of your phrases. What phrase am I supposed to finish?
I don't have any phrases.
Okay, we're going to work on that as our future together.
Does Mike Breen say swooping and hooping?
Hey, are we them? All right, then.
Nobody's them.
Thank you. Shout out to them.
We love Mike and Clyde. Long may they reign as at the left side free throw line, Donovan Mitchell is able to hit a foul shot. The Knicks went into the bonus, or the penalty, on a foul across midcourt by Josh Hart just heading into that media timeout. Second foul shot from Mitchell is good. 7 points in 16 minutes for Mitchell, just 2 of 6 from the field. It's a 3-point game. Knicks have the starting 5 on the floor. Cavs have 4 starters. No Dean Wade. Max Strus is in there instead. Brunson at the near side wing. Screen on the left for Ananobi to get to the top of the key against. Guess who? James Harden. Crossover, foul line, step back, double team. Kick out to the right corner for an open three. Josh Hart front rimmed it. Tip slam wouldn't go, left-handed by Ananobi. That would have been a ridiculous throwdown.
Got to continue to shoot the ball, though, Josh Hart.
Bridges gets a hand in there on a Donovan Mitchell crossover up top. Almost poked it free, but it winds up with Strus, who finds Harden left wing for a game-tying three. It's 45-45, and James Harden gets his second triple, now 10 points for the Beard.
That's the first three of this second quarter for the Cavs. The Knicks have done a really good job defending.
2:08 left in the second. Left elbow Towns holds the ball with his right hand, finds Hart right wing. Got a pass back from Ananobi. Hart drives on Allen, spins in the lane in the right hand, bank shot layup. It's a 2-point Knick lead.
Aggressiveness by Josh Hart. The three is going to fall at some point.
Mitchell, crossover left side, foul line extended, zips a pass, far corner three from Mobley. Hard off front iron, rebound Ananobi. It's Bridges now from left to right. 99 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bridges 0-step in the lane, hands to Hart, middle of the paint, out to Ananobi for a sidestep, straight on three-pointer, and he buries it. Josh Hart on the handoff assist, and just like that is back to a 5-point lead.
It's so great to see OG Anunoby returning to his form because he was impressively efficient prior to going out with that hamstring injury.
1:17 left in the second. 50-45 New York. Harden from right to left. Crossover top of the key on Brunson to his right hand. Now speeds down the lane in the lefty floater. Dropped in perfectly over the contest of Towns. 65 seconds to go, second quarter. Knicks by 3. Anunoby crossover to the foul line. Drives on Mobley. Steps back for a 10-footer, but front rimmed it. And Harden gets the rebound. Anunoby, just his second miss of the game. He's got 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Step back, right wing three. James Harden, too strong. Rebound, tipped by Allen, and batted out of his reach by Bridges. And it comes to Hart. Knicks ball up 3. Brunson near sideline, near the hash mark. Screen on the right from Bridges. No, he slips off. It is Brunson against Mitchell. Double team right side baseline, half spin. Kicks it to Hart, left point, three-pointer. He's open. He's good. Josh Hart for 3. And a game-high 6-point lead for New York. And they get the 2 for 1.
Just want to remind everybody that the young man shot 41% from the 3 on the end of the regular season. Yes, it was down to 32% versus Philadelphia, but he is a gamer and has left his heart and soul on the floor to get wins.
One of 3 Knicks in double figures. Alley-oop to Jared Allen from the foul line. Mobley found him, and Allen came back down before laying it in. 4-point Knick lead, 10 seconds to go. Jalen Brunson has 2 points in this first half, and the Knicks still have a 2-possession lead. Josh Hart, right wing triple. They left him alone. He couldn't make him pay, but he got his own rebound and then got fouled by Strus with 1 second left. Now, the Cavs were not in the penalty, so no free throws for Hart, but what an effort to extend this final possession in the second quarter.
What in the world? I think this is actually an inadvertent whistle, but an official will never admit this.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a foul on Strus.
It's no foul on nobody. Josh Hart went and took the ball.
A little bizarre.
Okay.
It is a break for the Knicks. Kenny Atkinson's 2 steps onto the court, very upset. And the Knicks are going to bring in Deuce McBride for 3-point shooting with exactly 1 second to go. They have a front court inbound from the near sideline. It looks like Anunoby will trigger it.
Deuce is not coming in.
That's right.
All right.
Anunoby looking around, holds the ball in his right hand. 1 second left. Brunson right corner off a bounce pass. Spinning turnaround jumper is too strong. Brunson said he was fouled, but there's no chance they were going to give the Knicks a foul call after a phantom whistle extended that possession. It is a 53-49 Knicks lead as we go to halftime in game 2. That was the second quarter, brought to you by Hand and Stone, as the Knicks are looking a little fresher and, yes, Monica might admit, less rusty here in game 2 compared to the opener after an 8-day layoff.
They are fresh like delicious pastries from Calandra's Bakery. And now it's time for the ingredients to victory, brought to you by the aforementioned Calandra's Bakery. We talked about it. Paint scoring for the New York Knicks. 30 points in the paint compared to just 22 for these Cleveland Cavaliers. They are shooting just below 32% from the three-point line, but the paint scoring has allowed them to stay ahead in this ball game as we are now at halftime. Beyond that, you got to give a donut and a sweet treat to both Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges, who are all in double figures for the starting 5. And those are plural. Your sweet ingredients to victory, brought to you by Calandre's Bakery. Calandre's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
You can stay tuned for the next halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter and hosted by Pat O'Keefe, who's on a roll tonight. Excellent interview with the greatest voice in NBA history, Mike Breen. So tough act to follow for our guy Pat, but we know he will continue rising to the occasion, just as the Knicks have in this series. With a 1-0 lead in the conference finals, they're up 53-49 as we go to halftime in Game 2. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandre stayed at the counter. At Calandre's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandre's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandre's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Is the stress of a Game 7 giving your skin a full court press? Tired of trying to coach yourself through skincare trends? Between slugging, serums, and retinoids, it's easy to get confused. Don't try to be the MVP of skincare. Go see a pro. At Hand & Stone, they handle the defense so you can enjoy the glow. Book your facial at handandstone.com and get $10 off when you book today. Offer valid at participating spas. Terms and conditions apply. Hand & Stone. Expert care for every season.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
Knicks are halfway to a 2-0 lead in this Eastern Conference Finals as they lead.
Did you hit the like button? Come on, hit the like button and subscribe too. Join the family.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Very tightly played games so far. Neither team has held a lead of greater than 6 points. And again, the halftime spread is 4 in favor of the Knicks. Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. Pat O'Keefe joined by Wally Zerbiak to break down the first half. Knicks 53, Cavaliers 49. Knicks have a lead at the half. Jalen Brunson is 1 for 6. He scored 2 points. I've got to think that's a positive that despite that, the Knicks are out in front.
Yeah, their defense has been really locked in. They're also taking away Donovan Mitchell. So When you have Jalen only with 2 points, Donovan only with 7, obviously this has been a game of the others stepping up and making plays in that first half. Josh Hart was big, knocking down some big shots in the second quarter when you could see how Cleveland was daring him to shoot in the first quarter, and he missed a couple. So overall, this is going to be a fun series. This Cleveland team's not backing down. I was impressed with the way they came out with a lot of focus in that first quarter. James Harden's been effective, and Mobley's a problem for the Knicks. He poses a lot of matchup problems for them.
14 points for Evan Mobley. James Harden has 12. You mentioned Josh Hart. Yes, they are leaving him open. He missed his first handful of three-point attempts. He hit that one with about 3.5 minutes to go in the second, and then he hit another one after. They're leaving him open. He's got to keep shooting, right?
No question. He has to keep shooting, and he made it a couple nice plays to the basket, which helps you get your jump shot to go. So he's just got to find the holes in the defense. He's being guarded by Jared Allen, so it's an awkward matchup for him, but he can get any shot he wants. If he doesn't want to take the three and wants to drive Jared Allen, he's going to be able to create stuff for his teammates. So it's good to see him get going, because that energy that he brings defensively and on the boards, the Knicks really need him out there.
Jalen Brunson, 2 points, 1 for 6 shooting. What are you seeing from him, and what are you seeing in what the Cavs are doing to try to slow him down?
And he scored an early 2. I think it was the first basket of the game. Listen, the Cavs are loaded up on him. They're taking the ball out of his hands. When he plays off the ball, they're really committed to, when he comes off those off-ball screens, to bring help from the big man. I'm noticing that. And as a result, they're not giving him a lot of room to go into his one-on-one bag and operate. Conversely, he's not pressing. He's not pushing the issue. He's moving the ball quickly. He's trusting his teammates, and as a result, his teammates have produced in the first half. I think there's going to be a time where he's going to have to get into his one-on-one game and make plays, but for now, everyone else is stepping up.
He does have 5 assists, and you mentioned it's opening up opportunities for others, and that brings us to the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
McBride in the front court right, watched by Mitchell, puts his left hand on McBride. Now it's Towns, top of the key, defended by the smaller Strus. Left hand dribble toward the paint, net by Mobley, hits an acrobatic right hand layup. Maybe got clocked by Mobley, no call and no complaining from Towns. We're tied at 31.
How about the first half, Wally, from Karl Anthony Towns? 13 points on an efficient 5 for 7 shooting.
Yeah, he did. He hit a 3 early on in the game. He was left open, nailed that, cashed that in, and then he can pose the ability to put the ball on the floor problems for those bigs, especially Jared Allen. So he took the ball to the basket a couple times, still not forcing. I mean, it's a quiet 13. It's not like he's looking to shoot a lot. I mean, he shot 5 for 7, so it's very efficient. This team is playing very unselfishly on the offensive end of the floor. No one's holding the ball. The ball's really moving. They're really, really embracing Mike Brown's offense. He wanted to be more unpredictable. He wanted the ball to be in everyone's hands. He wanted everyone to have the opportunity to go off and have a big game, and we're seeing the fruits of that this game.
17 assists on 22 field goals in the first half. By contrast, the Cavs just 9 assists on 17 first half field goals. Karl Anthony Towns, the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York, never compromise. Drink responsibly. This is the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks lead the Cavaliers 53-49. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you at the half. It seems like the Knicks are also getting good activity off the bench for Mitchell Robinson, especially in that second quarter.
He was huge because the Knicks aren't really in the rhythm shooting the ball yet. I mean, they're pretty good. They shot 52% from the field, so they are getting some layups and stuff in transition, but his extra possessions and his offensive rebounding, I think, was key in that first half, and they need someone to deal with Jared Allen. Jared Allen is playing well. I mean, he's a guy in the middle that you know what he's going to get. He's a Mitchell Robinson type, and you need another big body to match up with him. And when Mitchell Robinson's in the game, he can almost outplay Jared Allen, which was huge in that first half.
9 points and 6 rebounds for Jared Allen. Mitchell Robinson, 4 first-half rebounds in 9 minutes. Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. Of course, Wally Zerbiak will be on the post-game show with MSG after this game. So what do you want to see from the Knicks coming out of the locker room now to create a little more separation, or what do you want to continue to see?
Well, I want to see a much better start to the third quarter than last game. That would be nice. The Knicks were sleepwalking through the third quarter, and I guarantee Mike Brown is talking about that. I just think the key is, continue to be locked in defensively the way they have. Don't let Donovan Mitchell get going. You know he's going to look to be aggressive. He's too gifted of a scorer. And conversely, let's try to get Jalen Brunson going. I think that's going to be key. You got to get him into a little bit of a rhythm. But if the opportunities are not there for Jalen, continue to trust your teammates, and they'll come through because you're going to get a lot of open looks if they're going to double Jalen.
As Wally mentioned, a quiet first half for both All-NBA guards. Donovan Mitchell, 2 for 6 shooting for 7 points. Jalen Brunson, 1 for 6 for 2 points. Wally, enjoy the second half and have a great postgame show.
Appreciate it.
This Saturday, tune into MSG at 7 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 3 against the Cavs, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. Knicks defense, a big part of the equation so far. They have held the Cavs to 37% shooting from the field and 29% from downtown. And the Knicks have a 4-point halftime lead. And that was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up from Madison Square Garden with Tyler Murray and Monica McNut. And I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Again, your halftime score in game number 2, the Knicks 53 and the Cavaliers 49. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Slomin's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Slomin's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits, Slomin's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Slomin's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Set to go for the second half of Game 2 in these Eastern Conference Finals at Madison Square Garden. The headline story, well, you could pick a lot of different things, but how about Jalen Brunson only has 2 points after an electric 38-point performance in the comeback win in Game 1, and yet the Knicks still have a 4-point lead at the break. 53-49 the score, and they've done it with dominance inside the three-point line. They're at 70% from two-point range. 16 of 23. Beyond the arc, 6 out of 19 with 2 big ones from Josh Hart. But Cleveland, you have to figure they're getting what they want from their defensive strategy of sagging off of Hart. He's had to take 7 3-pointers, and he is the only Knick who's taken more than 8 shots. He's taken 12 of them. Hart 5 of 12 from the field. Karl Anthony Towns has taken 7. He's 5 of 7. We'll see what kind of tweaks the Knicks might make. But, of course, It's all worked out so far well enough for a 4-point lead. Alongside Monica McNut, I'm Tyler Murray. Welcome back to another edition of New York Knicks playoff basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. Knicks have their starting five out on the floor, and even though Max Strus played quite a bit down the stretch in the second quarter, he will start this half on the bench. Dean Wade out there with Mobley, Allen, Harden, and Mitchell. Knicks in black with orange, and the Cavs are in white with wine. Inbound to James Harden. Cavs ball from left to right. Harden picked up full court by Mikal Bridges, and he will get across the timeline. Now in the front court right. Near sideline Harden. Bridges not let him get anywhere, but the screen from Mobley frees him up. Pocket pass to Mobley underneath to Allen, and from the right block, he hits a right-hand floater to make it a 2-point game.
There wasn't a ton of dribble creation by James Harden in that first half. I wonder if he will attempt to use his gravity to create some more open looks for his teammates.
Knicks from right to left. Ball comes to Towns. Left side foul line extended. Top of the key, Brunson dribbles right around Harden. Far side, steps across the paint. Dump off pass to a cutting Hart. He got blocked at the rim on the reverse attempt by Allen. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Cavs. Mitchell, right side, now top of the key. Dishes to the near wing for Mitchell. Extra pass, right corner, Dean Wade. Now it's Mobley. Far side block. He'll drive on Towns. Spins toward the paint. Now reset for the pass to midcourt for James Harden. Picked up by Hart. Crossover left point. Snatch back dribble. Top of the key. Three. Harden missed it short. Rebound. Towns. Long outlet to Hart. Almost stolen right wing by Mitchell. But it's Hart finding Bridges, who connects with Anunoby for a left corner triple. And he missed it wide right. Rebound tipped by Harden. Saved out to midcourt with Donovan Mitchell. Knicks have yet to score in this third quarter. At the dotted line, Mitchell. Ball fake. Looked around. Missed a floater out of bounds. Right baseline. But it was tipped by a Knick. So it stays with the Cavs. 10:45 to go in the third. It is a 2-point New York lead here in game two.
Well, there's a little urgency and freneticism, if you will, to start this third quarter. The Cavs been able to get on the scoreboard. The Knicks not so much. We'll see if this pace evens out. It's very reminiscent to how the game started. That first quarter was sort of up and down. Things did ultimately settle down by the time we approached halftime.
16 on the shot clock for Cleveland. Inbound comes to Mobley. They'll hand to Mitchell topside. To the right elbow, hops up the dotted line, and a floater with Hart on his hip is good off the front rim and down to tie the game at 53. It's 4-0 Cavs out of the halftime break.
Donovan Mitchell is still a basket away, or at least a free throw, from being in double-digit scoring in this one, which I'm a little bit surprised by.
It's Towns toward the foul line in the front court left, and a whistle and a foul called as Mitchell was grabbing Bridges toward the far side perimeter as he was cutting toward the lane. So the first foul in the half goes against Cleveland's Donovan Mitchell. He's got 2 for the night.
Mikal Bridges has done an outstanding job of moving without the basketball in today's game, and his teammates are looking for him. But we talked about this from game one, that those cuts have to be more diligent because the Cavs are okay switching, although that time it looked like Bridges would have been free if not for the foul.
Brunson with the ball now. Trying to pocket pass to a cutting Hart. It was tipped by Allen, but Hart has it on the right side. Foul line extended. Back up top to Brunson off the dribble 3. Late shot clock. He got it. Jalen Brunson was 0 for 4 before that 3-point make. And a 3-point Knick lead. It's the first basket of the third quarter, 2 minutes in. James Harden, strong drive, left side, muscles past Bridges, but whipped it out right wing for Mitchell. He right rim to 3. Towns a long outlet to Brunson. Ahead of the pack for Josh Hart. He'll catch and slam. And it's a quick 5-0 burst, 58-53 New York.
Josh Hart tied as the leading scorer with Evan Mobley so far in this one. Folks will remember less of his missed threes and more of his overall impact at this rate.
And a spinning right-hand floater wouldn't go for Mitchell. Knicks on the other end. Hart dotted line, forced a pass to Towns, who is not open in the left corner, but he tracks down the loose ball. Sets up baseline on Harden. Drives, kicks, Hart up top, passes right to Bridges, who gave it right back to Hart because he's wide open. But Hart's handing to Brunson instead, who takes a contested straight on 3 and missed it wide left. Harden the rebound. Now Hart does have 14, but it's come on 14 shots, which is by far the most anyone's taken in the game. And Mitchell got stripped on a drive toward the left side elbow. It was poked toward Towns, and as Towns caught it, Mitchell's momentum took him crashing into the big man, and they won't call Mitchell for his third foul of the game. 9:09 to go in the third quarter. Knicks by 5.
Making Josh Hart inefficient doesn't have the same sort of ring to it as making Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, or Karl Anthony Towns inefficient. Quite frankly, he's obviously being dared to take those looks, and he's going to have to continue to do that. If things get tight, the Knicks know, and he is more than a willing guy to get off the ball and become an outstanding screener or whatever else he needs to do to help free up the guys that are accustomed to scoring.
Hart and Mobley tie with a game-high 14 points. Brunson right elbow spins on Wade, pull-up jumper, good from 12 feet. Dean Wade's done a nice job on Jalen Brunson this year, but that was an unguardable spin move, step-back fadeaway for a 7-point lead.
As good as that defense was by Wade, and I'll give him credit, Jalen Brunson just offers better offense. He's been so outstanding in the paint in particular tonight.
Only 7 points for Brunson, but he's heating up, and a pass forced inside by Mobley, stolen by Hart, finds a streaking Bridges, hits a right-hand layup, adjusting in midair around Harden. And after allowing a 4-0 start to the third quarter for the Cavs, the Knicks have answered with a 9-0 run to take their largest lead of the game. It's 62-53.
It feels like in this one, Mikal Bridges might be on his way to one of his better playoff performances as he continues to be a leak that the Cavs just have been unable to plug.
Knicks by 9, 8.5 to go in the third quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. 8:28 to go in this third quarter of Game 2, where the Knicks have a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lead this game by 9. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Summer's a gift of days that last a little longer, a brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, with specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid, all backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/126. See dealer for warranty details.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
9-0 Knicks run after the Cavs had tied the game at 53. So it's a 62-53 Knicks advantage. Josh Hart, and Monica's been apt to point out the stats don't look pretty, but he's done a lot of little things, and wouldn't you know it, he's got a game-high +9. He and OG Anunoby. So many reasons why, yes, Landry Shamit's insertion into the lineup over Josh Hart won the game on Tuesday in that 22-point comeback, but you're not going to go anywhere beyond where you want to go without Josh Hart having a major role for this Knicks team, and he will stay out there along with the rest of the starting five. Same story for Cleveland. It is Cavalier ball from left to right. They are led by 14 points from Evan Mobley, but 10 of them came very early on, including 2 3-pointers. Harden's got 12. Allen has 11. Donovan Mitchell, an off night so far. 3 of 10 from the field, just 9 points in 22 minutes. And he's playing with 3 fouls with 8:20 to go in the third.
Well, I'll raise you an off night for Donovan Mitchell and point to the 7 points that Jalen Brunson has so far in this contest.
Evan Mobley on the left side, perimeter, drives to the foul line, sends it to Harden, top of the key, matched up with Brunson, crossed over to the foul line, 2 steps toward the rim, and a strong left-hand floater won't go. Rebound stolen from Mobley by Anunoby. Knicks with their largest lead, up by 9. Hart hands to Bridges, left side wing, sets a screen, baseline drive for Bridges, steps back for a pull-up jumper, but back rim the mid-range try, and a rebound for Dean Wade. The largest lead for the Knicks in game 1 was 11. They had it in the second quarter early, and then at the end of overtime, far corner 3, Dean Wade rolls around and out over Jalen Brunson's contest, and Bridges gets the rebound. Knicks from right to left, New York in black, Cleveland in white. High side wing, Brunson crosses over Harden, double team to the foul line, steps around Mitchell and hits a right-hand layup for an 11-point lead.
So that's the much discussed James Harden versus Jalen Brunson. Harden as the defender, I mean. And again, Wade just willing to switch there as opposed to really fighting over the screen, trying to stay attached to JB.
Near sideline, Mitchell split pass out of a double team to Allen at the right elbow. One dribble, left-hand floater, missed over Anunoby, but got his own rebound. Put back, misses off the left side rim, but a whistle and a foul against the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns is twirling the finger for a challenge, but after his 4th offensive rebound, Jarrett Allen is getting a trip to the free throw line.
This is why second chance points, right? You got to secure that rebound because now you picked up a foul, and the Cavs have a chance to get into this free throw line rhythm. The Knicks are still +8 in that category.
And
Or excuse me, +12.
Allen misses another free throw. And maybe this is the version for Cleveland of too hard or not too hard. Do you put Max Strus in your closing lineup if you're Kenny Atkinson? He's gone to him now, but for Evan Mobley, so he's playing with Dean Wade. As Allen misses both. That one's off the back rim, and Towns gets the rebound.
Well, if you are learning from the 4th quarter, Jalen Brunson just got to the gut of the paint and scored off the glass. Like, that was the sign that he was getting going.
He'll drive baseline left, stopped by Wade, out to Hart for a right wing triple. Got it. Josh Hart's 3rd three-pointer. He's the game's leading scorer with 17, and the Knicks have their largest lead of the series, up 67-53.
I appreciate how much this crowd appreciates Josh Hart taking and making those shots with confidence.
3 out of 8. Strus off the dribble, straight on triple, missed it wide left, rebound secured by Towns, and he got fouled by Strus. 3rd foul on Cleveland, 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. And these Knicks fans saluting their home team after a nightmare 3rd quarter in game 1. They have come to play at a halftime with a 14-4 advantage so far in this 3rd period. Nothing run. Brunson, top of the arc, sidestep, right side 3, back rim, no. Rebound almost secured by a Hart, and then he fouled Jarrett Allen and gets very mad that the call was made by Zach Zarba. Surprised that a technical wasn't issued there. He jumped in the air, a double fist pump of sorts, right in Zach Zarba's area, but he'll play it on.
I commend Zarba for being cool. Basketball and competing at a high level is an emotional experience.
It was the anonymous player survey earlier this month that rated Zach Zarba as the #1 official in the NBA. This was the Players Union putting that out earlier. Merrill, right wing, drives past Anunoby off the catch. Nowhere to go inside, though. He was met by Towns, so he resets on the left wing off a pass from Harden, but can't hit the triple. Rebound batted around. It comes to Brunson. Knicks want to push from right to left. Hart on the move, catches right side, got blocked hard from behind on a layup, and comes up grabbing his right ankle. Sam Merrill would not surrender an easy bucket, and Hart paid a price. He is up hobbling, walking back toward midcourt, away to the right side of the basket. And right now, I just hope he's okay to take these free throws with 5:46 left in the 3rd and a 14-point Knicks lead, hoping for a 2-0 lead in the series.
Certainly looks uncomfortable for Hart. Didn't really get a glance at how he rolls this right ankle as he goes up for that layup. He's just been such an Iron Man through the season. Leaves it all out there battered, beaten, and bruised.
He will take the first free throw and sink it at the basket to our left. I'm only 90% sure of the chant we just heard here from the Garden crowd. But you ever watch, I know the answer to this one, Monica. Have you ever watched the Drew Carey Show?
Yes.
Really?
Before he started hosting Whose Line Is It Anyway, I watched like 2 episodes of my dad.
Do you know the theme song?
No.
It's called Cleveland Rocks. The fans here were chanting the exact opposite of that.
Got it.
Hart can't hit the second free throw. Towns almost stole the rebound from Allen, and he might as well have because Allen lost it out of bounds left baseline. And with a 15-point lead, up 11 since halftime, the Knicks will keep possession. Brunson left baseline inbound, finds Anunoby far corner in front of that Knicks bench. Now to Hart on the right side, perimeter back to Brunson in the corner. Bounce pass inside intended for Anunoby, who was tipped out of bounds by a Cav. And with 8 to shoot, it'll be another left baseline inbound for New York. 68-53. Knicks will take a trip to Cleveland for Game 3 on Saturday. Inbound comes to Hart straight on. He'll launch a wide open 3 and hits again. Josh Hart is 4 of 9 from downtown. That's 44%. And the Knicks have an 18-point lead. This game was tied at 53. They have scored 18 unanswered.
I just love that young man understands he's going to be tested. He's risen to the occasion. Outstanding stuff from Hart.
Strus, straight line drive down the paint, bounce pass left block for Allen, fumbled it, got it back, now Harden left wing. Skip passed away, near wing, into the right corner for Strus, and he silences the crowd with a contested 3 over Karl Anthony Towns, and that ends the 18-0 run. It's back to a 15-point game.
I do not think that Cleveland is ready to roll over just yet. Now, obviously, this is a reverse of what we saw in Game 1. What does it look like for the Knicks to stay attentive on both sides of the floor?
These are not the Game 6 Hawks or the Game 4 Sixers. As Towns tried to spin baseline around Strus, he got to the rim but was blocked at the cup by Allen. Harden on the other end, slips toward the paint. Layup wouldn't go over Anunoby. Tip-in is good, though, from Jarrett Allen. He's got 5 offensive rebounds, 13 points, and it's now a 13-point game. Knicks 71, Cavs 58, with 4:22 left. And much like Kenny Atkinson was criticized for not doing in Game 1, as momentum was shifting back the other way, Mike Brown takes what I think we can all agree is a good timeout.
Yeah, it's a smart timeout. The Knicks had a couple of empty possessions there. You can feel the urgency from the Cavs. They had dried up a little bit from their three-point shooting over the course of that third quarter. Now trying to find their way back into that category. They only have hit 1 so far in this second half, but that.
Did you hit the like button? Come on, hit the like button and subscribe too. Join the family.
They've been really good tonight. They've got 11 offensive rebounds compared to just 1 for the Knicks. And I know the Knicks offense is flowing a little bit better, but that has been a key to the Cleveland Cavaliers strategy as far as scoring.
It is a 71-58 Knick lead with 4:22 to go in the third. And if they do wind up hanging on to win this game, it'll be because of that 18-0 run they just put together after Cleveland had tied it at 53. This next timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks by 13 with 4:22 remaining in the third. But no lead, as we've seen in these playoffs and certainly in this series already, is safe in the Eastern Conference Finals. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we wanted.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, and Peacock.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, Thrivewell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a Thrivewell location near you. Find out more at ThrivewellInfusion.com. That's ThrivewellInfusion.com, saving lives drip by drip.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
5 unanswered points from the Cleveland Cavaliers led to a Mike Brown timeout, but the Knicks had built up an 18-point lead on an 18-0 run. So they've got a 13-point advantage now, 71-58, with 4:22 remaining in the third quarter of Game 2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Knicks ball in the front court to our left. Deuce McBride comes into the game for OG Anunoby, playing with the rest of the starters. Sets a screen for Brunson, left point, matched up with Mitchell near wing, double team, so he finds McBride for an open left side three. Back rim, no. Rebound tipped by Strus, comes toward the baseline and out of bounds off of the Cavaliers. And every available rebound has been made extremely difficult for Cleveland, especially on this end of the floor, because of hustle plays from Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns.
Couldn't agree with you more. Even Mikal Bridges has gotten in there, tipping the ball to his teammates and away from the Cavs.
10 on the shot clock for Towns. Right side arc defended by Strus. Hands to Brunson, sets a screen. Brunson gets Strus up near the top of the key. 5 to shoot, crossover left hand, kicks it to Hart. Left corner three. Got another one! Josh Hart, the sniper of the night, 5 for 10 from downtown. He's got 24 points, and the Knicks lead by 16.
He hasn't missed yet in this second half as well. He's just playing great basketball in this third quarter as the Knicks are looking to create some distance.
Hart gets a steal on a bounce pass inside by Strus. It's Brunson now near side arc. 3:35 to go, third quarter, 74-58. Brunson hop step, left block, pump fake. Left hand layup, no. Offensive rebound, Hart. Out to Towns for three. Too strong from straight on. Tipped by McBride. Holds on to the rebound, and a jump ball is the whistle from James Williams. 74-58. Knicks in front. Towns grabbing the padding underneath the left side basket in disbelief that he missed that open triple. But a 16-point Knick lead, and what should be a fun jump ball. 6'2" Deuce McBride, but with better jumping ability than 6'5" Max Strus. At the foul line to our left, 3:23 remaining in this third quarter.
Oh boy, Strus.
Strus jumped before Zarba even flinched. Ball is up, tipped by Strus twice. Left side baseline out of bounds, and Mobley got it last. So with 14 on the shot clock, the Knicks will keep it. 3:19 left in the third. Up by 16, their largest lead is 18. Brunson will inbound the ball to Hart, left elbow. Defended by Mobley. He'll dribble back beyond the arc. He'll post up Towns, far side block on Strus. Steps toward the paint, right hand layup is good. Karl-Anthony Towns with 15, and the Knicks are back up by 18.
Right in front of the legend himself, Patrick Ewing with a back to the basket classic from the big man in Karl-Anthony Towns. Another double-double, something light for Big Cat.
13 and 13 in game one, 15 and 11 in game two. Deuce McBride was caught grabbing Evan Mobley away from the ball, so a foul on him. That is the third in the quarter against the Knicks. 3:02 to go, third quarter. Cleveland in need of a response. This has been a complete reversal from what we saw in the third quarter on Tuesday. It's 23-9 Knicks since halftime. Mitchell in the lane, Euro step to the dotted line, hits a floater as he got rid of Bridges. 16-point game now. It is Josh Hart from right to left. Sets up on the high side perimeter against Mobley. Now Brunson, far side baseline, just in front of that corner stripe. With his back toward Schroeder, fake spin. Now he starts posting him up with a left-hand dribble. He's calling for 3 seconds on Mobley, not getting it. Swinging around for Hart, left wing pump fake. Slicing in on Mobley, right-hand layup blocked by Mobley. Saved it from the baseline apparently, out to Schroeder.
Mobley was out of bounds with that save. Josh, what is happening?
Hart just pushed Schroeder in the back. Schroeder fell down, and they will obviously call the foul. Hart talking with Zach Zarba, presumably about a missed call on the other end. But with 2:25 to go in the third quarter, neither team has a foul to give. With a 16-point Knick lead, Landry Shamet and Jordan Clarkson will come in. Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges are out. And Hart's going to go all the way down the tunnel, but behind the Cavalier bench. Remember, he did tweak his ankle earlier, but did not need any immediate attention. Far sideline inbound coming from Donovan Mitchell. 4 of 11 from the field in the game, 11 points. Gets the handoff from Mobley after inbounding into the big man. Dribbles toward the right side. Picked up by Clarkson. Shrugs him off. Takes the three. Rattled it in for the near side arc. And it's a 13-point game.
Clarkson obviously was teammates with Mitchell in Utah. And he said post-game, game 1, that he expected Mitchell to show up big in game 2. That has not happened just yet statistically. But Mitchell does have 14 points with a lot of ball left to play.
2 minutes to go, third quarter. Brunson slashing inside, stopped at the far side, foul line extended. Up top for McBride, dribbles toward the left elbow, finds Towns for a left corner three-pointer. Got it! Karl Anthony Towns beats the shot clock, and the Knicks lead by 16.
They've done a tremendous job of shooting the basketball. They as a team are 50% from three in the second half.
And then a block from Towns will be waved off on the other end. A goaltend. It was on its way down on a driving left-hand layup from Donovan Mitchell. So 79-65 Knicks. 14-point game. Clarkson, near side angle, splits a double team, gets past Strus all the way to the rim for a left-hand layup, uncontested almost. It's Knicks by 16.
If you were listening closely, I think you heard the voice of John Starks saying, "Go at him, Jordan," down on Alumni Row. Starks sometimes is even in the ball game where he shouldn't be, but you definitely can hear his presence.
He and Stephon Marbury both. 1:22 left in the third quarter. A foul drawn by Max Strus. Marbury, I don't think he needed to, but he apologized, I think, on social media for after a big Jalen Brunson bucket in the fourth quarter in game 1. He stepped onto the court from his front row seat. Landry Shamet fouled Max Strus, so it is Strus at the line over at the basket to our right, and he sinks the first free throw. It is an 81-66 Knicks lead, up 15 with 1:22 remaining in the third. Karl Anthony Towns will check out, and after missing 4 of his 5 3-pointers in game 1, he's a very encouraging 3 for 5 tonight. Mitchell Robinson will join the lineup featuring Brunson, McBride, Shamet, and Clarkson.
I would offer that it's not just Towns. Remember, through 3.5 quarters, that three-point shooting was abysmal from the Knicks. But so far tonight, just under 38% as a team, and they are 5 of 10, 50% in the second half.
So they were 4 of 24.
That's your favorite number, or least favorite number,
through
maybe.
3 quarters in game 1. Tough to forget. Strus got both. 14-point game. Brunson double team near sideline by Mitchell and Strus. Bounce pass to center court for Clarkson. 4 to shoot. Back to Brunson. Single team this time. Alley-oop to Robinson. Will throw it down over Mobley. And the Knicks are back up by 16.
That time, no confusion on the connection. Earlier in the first half, Brunson had that same idea, but Mitchell Robinson had turned around to rebound the jump shot.
Final minute, third quarter. Merrill, right side corner, catch and drive around Shamet to the baseline, and he took a hip check after missing a floater, or before missing a floater. Either way, he gets 2 free throws. So the Cavs hanging around here with one of their great weaknesses in the playoffs, free throw shooting, but just had 2 from Strus, and now they're hoping for 2 from Merrill, down by 16. They have missed 3 foul shots tonight, all of them by Jarrett Allen. And now Sam Merrill misses one. He is a 91% foul shooter in the playoffs, although as a primary three-point scorer, he does not get to the line a whole lot. In the game, though, almost unbelievable to look at the stats. He's 0 of 7 from 3. And he's missed his only 2-point shot. He gets the second free throw, so a 15-point game. 39 seconds before the fourth quarter begins. Clarkson to the foul line, catches, leans in for a right-hand floater. He got it from 13 feet as Brunson passed out of a double team. It's back to a 17-point Knick lead, half a minute to go. And once again, they're able to get the 2 for 1. Knicks have been so good at that in this series. Mobley out high, trying to hand off to Mitchell, face guarded by Sham, but he finally breaks free. Mitchell down the lane, Euro step around Brunson, hits a right-hand layup as he worked around the charge take attempt from Brunson.
That was tough work. Mitchell had to clear 3 Knicks defenders to get to the rim on that one.
Knicks fans on their feet for the final possession of the third quarter. 7 seconds left, 15-point lead. Clarkson dotted line, pump fake. 2 seconds, takes the dribble, 2 steps across the lane. And was that a travel? Yes, Zach Zarba will call it with 1.3 to go in the third. It'll be a far sideline, foul line extended inbound in the backcourt for Cleveland with 1.3 to go. Monica, the broadcaster jinx.
What is it?
Every time I say the Knicks can hold for the final shot, they never get a shot.
Well, that's, of all the broadcaster's jinx that you could be culpable for, that one's not too bad.
Just remind me to never do it again.
Copy.
Strus inbound to Mobley, hands to Schroeder, a left wing 28-footer is short. Now if that one dropped, you got a much different vibe heading into the fourth quarter, but it didn't. And the Knicks have an 85-70 lead, up by 15 after 3 very impressive quarters in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Ironically, if that word is appropriately
Let's
used,
see.
Josh Hart is leading all scorers with 24 points in this contest. That's not a role that you typically expect from him, but so often he talks about willing to do whatever it needs to be done to help his team win. And tonight it's been getting into the scoring column. But I do love seeing 3 Knicks in double figures with OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson rounding out that starting lineup, both sitting at 9 points tonight. But what a terrific night for the Knicks in terms of being able to have a 15-point lead going into the fourth without Jalen Brunson having a signature game.
Considering the quotes from Josh Hart these last 2 days about selflessness, setting up his teammates, and doing everything else he needs to do to help this team win besides score, it is ironic that he is the game's leading scorer with 24 in just 25 minutes. Needless to say, when Josh Hart's playing like this, the Knicks are playing championship ball. They've got a 15-point lead, but work to be done to close this out and hold serve in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 2 is heading to the final frame. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Knicks by 15. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York. WHSQ, WCBS-FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
85-70, Knicks in front. They've got the ball from right to left. Jose Alvarado runs the point, driving baseline on Schroeder underneath the hoop. Will get it out to Hart on the left side perimeter. Dribbles toward the top of the key. Hart 24 points, 5 of 10 from 3. Towns has the ball right side. Point, he'll jab step drive on Mobley. Missed a floater short with the right hand. Went down hard, no contact, I guess, no call, but no complaining from Towns either. 30 seconds gone by here in the fourth. Schroeder at the left angle. Drive baseline on Towns, and they will call a reach and foul from Towns.
So here's the deal. I'm sure that the Cavs conversation was about getting downhill, challenging the Knicks defensively, and just knocking down quality shots. Kenny Atkinson pregame talked about trusting the process. I actually think his team has gotten pretty good looks from the three-point line. They've just gone cold. If they start this fourth quarter with urgency, it's because they've probably broken this thing up into chunks. Just get it under double digits.
Shamet reached in on a Mitchell, I believe, three-point attempt from the far side wing, and they will call the foul. And yes, Mitchell's going right to the free throw line. He's going to get 3 free throws here. A rare miscue from Landry Shamet. He's got 3 fouls in 9 minutes. This does give us time to check out the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. It wasn't exactly the game of the century like we saw in Game 1 in OKC, but another tight one. The Thunder able to hold off the Spurs to even that series 1-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Big story for the Spurs has been injuries. Harper only played 25 minutes. He left with a leg injury. The injuries, too, for OKC. Jalen Williams, the all-star Jalen Williams, that is, only able to play 7 minutes, apparently re-aggravating his hamstring injury. And he, I guess you could say, is at worst their third best player, maybe even their second best. So that is big news whether or not Williams is able to play the rest of the playoffs.
Just going to take a little bit of an awkward pivot off of that conversation because you want to see everybody at this point of the year be as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
What does Karl Anthony Towns have in common with Victor Wembanyama in this postseason?
They are physical freaks.
They are tied for 8 double-doubles in the 2026 playoffs.
Thank you for that.
Welcome.
That's the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by our local Kia dealers. Get yourself some summer savings at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event with great deals on a capable SUV. Kia, movement that inspires. No one's more prepared than Monica McNut. Great number there. All 3 free throws good for Mitchell. Alvarado couldn't get those points back with a right side triple that he back rimmed. And the Cavs have the ball back within 12 all of a sudden. Mitchell step back right wing. Thinking about a 3. Shamet stuck with him. Passes left for Jalen Tyson. He front rims a 3 from the far side. And Shamet gets the rebound. Knicks have Alvarado, McBride, Hart, Shamet, and Towns on the floor. Towns top side against Mobley. Faces up. Dribbles with his right hand between the legs, back and forth from his left to his right hand. He's done it about 6 times. Steps back at the foul line. Mobley's not biting. Reset with Towns, top of the key. Fires to McBride, left side wing. 3, too much. Rebound, whistle dead because of a loose ball foul on Jalen Tyson. He was face guarding Hart, boxing him out. Hart went down after feeling a push. And the Knicks will get to keep the ball up by 12, 10.5 to go.
12-point game with, okay, you just said all those things. In this scenario, in my head, I'm like, why is Josh Hart on the floor? He's been hitting the ground. He's had a terrific scoring game. But this is still very much a ball game, particularly with a team that can get hot from the three-point line. But I would like to see this Knicks squad steal a few minutes of rest for Hart.
He will take an off the dribble 3 from the far side angle. Front rimmed it. Offensive rebound. McBride with a putback wouldn't go. He thought he was pushed in the back by Sam Merrill, but no call coming. Cavs were down by 18, but they're very much alive. 12-point game, 10 minutes left. Merrill from the right side perimeter catches, drives around McBride, and McBride responds by poking at it from behind, and they will call him for a foul. Now, it was around this time in the fourth quarter in Game 1 that earlier than expected, Jalen Brunson came back into the game. Felt like a bit of a desperation move at the time, and it was. He had to score 11 consecutive points just to get the Knicks back into that game after trailing by 22. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul on McBride. Merrill apparently going up, so he gets a free throw, makes it, and one more coming. He can make this a 10-point game. It was a slow start to the third quarter for the Knicks as well. Cavs scored the first 4 points to tie it, and then the Knicks scored 18 in a row. Jalen Brunson, as if right on cue, is going to hop up from the bench and check in, and so is Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, it's that time.
They will come in for Josh Hart, answering the request of Monica McNutt to get him some rest. And Jose Alvarado scoreless in 6 minutes. Does have a block and an assist, Jose Alvarado.
Now, with this lineup on the floor for the Cavs, you imagine Dennis Schroeder in particular is going to look to push the rock to try to shift the defense a bit to free Donovan Mitchell, but the scoring load is definitely focal point being Donovan Mitchell.
Merrill missed the second free throw. McBride on the other end took him to the rim, missed a floater, but got his own miss. It didn't hit the rim apparently, so 8 to shoot. Screen up top from Brunson, frees up McBride, and he missed a straight-on three. Mitchell the rebound. Next lineup is Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Shamet, and Towns.
Great defense by Landry Shamet.
But a blocking foul is called, and Shamet picks up his fourth. That was Mitchell trying to speed toward the far corner. It looked like Shamet moved his feet and beat him to the spot, but they will call a blocking foul on Shamet, even though Mitchell had his hand extended out to create some space.
Oh, my God. That's a nothing if I ever saw it. It doesn't look like the Knicks, they're wondering about challenging, but it doesn't look like they're going to. I think this is an absolute no call.
It's not a playoff foul, that's for sure.
No.
A slight reach in from Shamet, and the ball might have been out of bounds off of him anyway. McBride will come out. Jordan Clarkson will come in for some fourth quarter minutes. Cleveland ball from left to right. Schroeder at the foul line, spins away from Brunson, dribbles for the near side corner. Mitchell Robinson into the game defending him, and they got Mobley defended by Brunson underneath. Couldn't get it to him though. Mitchell steps back toward the right wing, and an off the dribble two-pointer from the corner, misses short, but then Clarkson fouled Tyson fighting for the rebound. And the bad news goes to worse because that's now 5 fouls on the Knicks already. Not yet 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. So Jalen Tyson will get free throws and a chance to make this a 9-point game.
That is very important. The free throws, that is. James Harden is a guy that shoots 88% from the free throw line. Still one of the best in the league in terms of getting to the free throw line, and he just came back into this ballgame as well.
Tyson gets the first, so the 18-point lead is down to 10. Now the Knicks want OG Anunoby into the game. Wasn't quite a 22-point lead, but what a response this would be from the Cavs if they can come back in game 2.
Yeah, you said it right. What a response, but what a collapse on the part of the Knicks if they were to relinquish what has been a pretty dominant performance.
It was with 3:08 to go in the third quarter. The Knicks were up by 18. Crowd making some noise as the tension, well, it's noticeable here. Knicks are guarding against heartbreak, but a lot of time left for both sides. Tyson gets both, and the 18-point lead is cut in half. It's a 9-point game with 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Knicks have Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Anunoby, and Robinson on the floor. And now a whistle and a foul against Cleveland as Shamet was trying to break free off the screen out high from Brunson. And he got pulled off the play by either Schroeder or I believe Mobley.
Well, the good news is that is at least balanced, I think, in the way that things have been officiated, because I thought the two on the other end were a little light.
It was Donovan Mitchell, but now Anunoby turned it over. Pass across the timeline was picked off by Tyson. Cavs ball from left to right. Tyson toward the lane, and a wide open right-hand layup off a pocket pass from Schroeder. The Cavs have cut this to a 7-point game with 8:52 to go.
A really interesting answer from Mike Brown pregame. Talked about guarding against being comfortable or excited or looking ahead and understanding that your opponent is going to compete at the highest level possible.
Anunoby buries a left wing three, and man, do the Knicks need that one. Off the pass from Brunson. Anunoby, no hesitation, drills one over Harden, and it's back to a 10-point lead.
Coming off of a gaudy 42% from the three-point line in the series versus Philadelphia.
Left corner, three-pointer, Jalen Tyson can't answer. Brunson the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Dennis Schroeder. So that's the third against Cleveland. 8:20 left in regulation. Jarrett Allen checking back in for the Cavs. And that last assist from Jalen Brunson was number 12. Nobody else in the game has more than 5.
He can do it in multiple ways.
Crowd back into it after that massive Anunoby three-pointer. Brunson, right side arc, crosses over twice on Harden, right elbow, floater, back rim, no, tipped out by Robinson, but stolen by Schroeder, who's headed right for Landry Shamet at the near side angle. Now Schroeder driving baseline, right under the hoop, bounce pass far corner, Tyson up top toward Harden, passes right for Mitchell, catches, drives, right hand floater is good over Anunoby for the near side lane line. It's 88-80 with 7:47 left in the fourth, and now a timeout from the Knicks. Up by 8 after leading by 18. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. The Cavs have done enough in this fourth quarter to build the momentum that gives a team on the road in an underdog position enough belief to hang in this game. They've outscored the Knicks 10-3 since the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, this is where you need your crowd to get into it, become sort of the sixth man, if you will. And, of course, the Knicks need to continue to stay steady. Listen, the first quarter, if it was at all indicative of the fourth quarter, the Knicks still come out in a good position. They've got to make sure that they are connected defensively and limit their mistakes, because the margin for the error when you get to this point of the season is just so small.
Knicks by 8 with 7:46 to go in the fourth quarter, but momentum is on Cleveland's side as the Cavs try to come back and tie this series at one game apiece. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals, New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting.
Did you hit the like button? Come on, hit the like button and subscribe too. Join the family.
Contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. Dealer for warranty details.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Knicks have an 8-point lead with 7:46 to go in the fourth, but with 3:08 to go in the third, they were up by 18. The Cavs have punched back, and they're hanging around in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Time now for Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. The Knicks have a 10-point advantage inside, 46-36, and in 2-point shots for the game, they are at 60%. That's Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month. Forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds.
So, yes, it is about the time last game where Jalen Brunson started to take over. But up until this point, the Knicks have shot 63% off of his passes, 12 of 19 in the contest.
It's incredible. He's not just setting his guys up to score, he's giving them high percentage looks. Now a foul off the inbound by Jarrett Allen. I believe it was intentionally on Mitchell Robinson. They were thinking about Hack-a-Mitch. So yeah, they've now put themselves without any fouls to give. So quickly, Mike Brown will sub in Mitchell Robinson, or sub out Mitchell Robinson and bring in Karl Anthony Towns. That means it is The traditional starting 5 on the floor for New York. We'll see if they can close this thing out with 7.5 to go in game 2. Knicks 88, Cavs 80. Brunson with the ball, bounce past Bridges, middle of the paint, turns around and hits a floater around and through to give the Knicks a 90-80 lead. Bridges has 14 points. Harden down the lane, left side, throws up a wild shot, looking for a foul. He missed the shot and didn't get the foul call. And then Dennis Schroeder felt Jalen Brunson breathe on him after getting the offensive rebound and did a nosedive into the Cavs bench. It is called a foul, and that means Schroeder will get free throws with 7:15 to go and a 10-point Knick lead.
With that last assist, though, Jalen Brunson does tie his playoff career high for assists in a ball game at 13.
Nice.
He had 13 versus the Sixers in 2024.
Brunson did have his left hand on Schroeder.
You mean he didn't just blow on him like you suggested?
He was complaining enough where I wanted to trust the Knick captain. Schroeder suggests a little bit of untruth inside that orb.
Because ball don't lie.
As he misses the first foul shot short.
Say it with me, Tyler. Ball don't lie.
You already said it.
I know, but you know what? You're a terrible teammate. I'm over it.
7.
I like engagement.
I've let you down twice tonight, Monica.
Turn on sayings.
Schroeder misses both. All right, we'll do it together now.
All right, now ball don't lie. There we go.
10-point Knick lead, 7:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Brunson across the timeline, screen on the left for Anunoby to match him up with the guy they want, James Harden. Schroeder lurking on a double team. Anunoby open left corner, bounce pass to the left block for Hart. Hands to Anunoby left corner, baseline drive around Allen, takes Tyson to the rim and banks it home. OG Anunoby's got 14 points, and the Knicks are back up by 12.
Not only does he have 14, but it is in his efficient style, 5 of 8 from the field tonight.
6:40 left. Schroeder on the high side arc. Started the drive on Brunson, then pulls up for a mid-range jumper and splashes it through from the far side. 92-82, 6.5 remaining. Mobley and Strus set to check in. Brunson top of the key, defended by Mitchell. Harden lurking for a double team. Brunson right side elbow, spins into the double team, steps across the paint, finds Hart left wing. Now Bridges wide open left corner, triple is good. Josh Hart finds an open corner shooter, and Bridges delivers. The Knicks have a 13-point lead with 6:11 to go.
Believe it or not, that's Michelob Bridges' first 3 of the night, but isn't a wonderful time for him to join the 3 party. We talked about the Knicks being able to shake off all that rust from the first 3.5 quarters of game 1. They have done that. As a squad, they've knocked down 13 threes so far in this ball game, 13 of 35. But when you break that number down a little bit, they've been outstanding in this second half.
95-82 the score. Timeout Kenny Atkinson. And with 6:11 to go in the fourth, the Knicks have given themselves a little bit of breathing room after the Cavs had cut the deficit to 8. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. 95-82, Knicks in front with about 6 minutes left in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day 1, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends next week. Take the test.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
6 minutes and 11 seconds remain in Game 2 as the Knicks look to take a 2-0 Eastern Conference Finals lead into Saturday's Game 3 in Cleveland. Of course, it's an every other day schedule, so that means Game 4 also in what I think is unfairly nicknamed the Mistake by the Lake, Cleveland, Ohio. It's a fine city. That'll be on Monday. And then back here on Wednesday for Game 5 if necessary. 6:11 to go.
Would you get a Knicks tattoo?
With the Larry O'Brien trophy?
Oh! I'm not joining you in that endeavor, so don't even think about it.
That's a great idea. It's a really good idea. But the Knicks still have a long way to go. 95-82. They lead it halfway through the fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell speeds toward the right block. Sealed off by Hart. Up top for Strus. Got it back to Mitchell near sideline. Now back toward the center court logo. James Harden wide open for a right corner three. And he drills it over the contest of Karl Anthony Towns to make it a 10-point game.
A little bit of confusion on the part of the Knicks. Josh Hart did not switch on the screen guarding Donovan Mitchell. Oh! And it created a little bit of a disadvantage for the Knicks in terms of scrambling to that shooter.
5.5 to go. The inbound to Bridges hit him on the right hip. Stayed in bounds luckily, and the Knicks able to avoid a turnover. Left elbow, Brunson pump fake and shrugs Harden out of the way and gets a friendly roll on a left elbow jumper. Brunson's got 11 points, and the Knicks lead by 12.
A playoff double-double for Jalen Brunson, and that is all too familiar from Game 1.
Mobley right block leans in on Anunoby, and they will call the foul as he took an awkward hop step underneath the hoop. Anunoby hit with his third personal. Mobley will take free throws. If he gets both, it's a 10-point game again. 5:12 to go in the fourth quarter. It was 18 points in favor of New York late in the third. The Cavaliers started this fourth quarter on a 10-3 run. Got it all the way down to 8 at one point, but right now back up to 12. At the basket to our right, it's Evan Mobley, who is 2 for 2 from the line this evening. Which is 61% in the playoffs, and that's more like it. He misses the first off the heel. Mobley 14 points, but he's been stuck on 14 for the past 2.5 quarters.
He started out so torrid, too, especially from the three-point line, knocking down his first 2 threes.
He's only taken one since, and he missed it. Second free throw. No. Off the back rim again, and Towns gets the rebound. He's got 18 points and 12 boards, and we'll see how costly those misses prove to be for Evan Mobley and the Cavs. They have missed 9 more free throws tonight. Anunoby left corner. Pump fake and drive around. Allen met in the paint by Mobley. Pivots, fakes, gets it back to Hart, top of the arc with 5 to shoot. Screen from Brunson. He'll spin toward the left elbow, and a right-hand push shot is off the front rim and down. Josh Hart, a playoff career high, 26 points.
And this is why he could not get discouraged with himself after a rough shooting start.
Knicks by 14. Mobley on the right side. Pump fakes around Towns. In the lane, kicks it left. 3 from the wing, and Mitchell rimmed it out. Rebound, Anunoby.
It's a big-time rebound.
4:25 left in the fourth. Brunson, far side baseline drive, bounce pass Anunoby. He got clocked at the foul line by Allen, but no call. Loose ball picked up by Strus. It is Mitchell now who twirls at the elbow around Hart, and they call Josh Hart for the blocking foul. And he says some R-rated words in response. And that will send Mitchell to the free throw line. It is 99-85 New York, a 14-point lead with 4:16 to go in the fourth quarter.
Right, a couple things to watch here late. It's physical. This is a physical ball game. But also, the offensive rebounds are coming back into focus as a conversation. Donovan Mitchell so far has been 5 of 5 from the free throw line. But the Cavs, as Mitchell gets that first one to go, have 12 offensive rebounds in the night. But in the second half, they have just 3, and the Knicks have 4. So while you look at it now, in the second half, the Knicks have done a much better job of keeping the Cavs off the glass.
Mitchell got the first free throw, so it's a 13-point Knicks lead, 4:16 to go. And this is not a commentary on officiating. I think it's been a brilliantly called game.
But
this is the 29th free throw attempt from the Cavs and their 10th miss as it hit the front rim from Mitchell. The Knicks have taken 10 foul shots all night, and 4 of them have been forced into the hands of Mitchell Robinson.
Well, I will say that I think the Cavs were,
They're getting a couple more free throws here as Mitchell poked the ball away from Brunson as he got over midcourt. And it came free to the far sideline. Brunson got it first. Mitchell couldn't slow down his progress. He bumped him over, and you have to call a foul there as Donovan Mitchell just picked up, I believe, his 5th foul. With 4:02 to go in this final frame, they'll have to be even more careful now to avoid fouling out.
Yeah, not going to be able to gamble. Now, to your point about free throws, I do think the Cavs have been the team that have pressed the paint scoring issue a little bit more. The Knicks, to me, have had a numbers advantage in those moments. And frankly, this Cavs defense is not physical, and that's one thing that was an observation from the game 1 in particular.
Brunson's first foul shot of the night is good. Knicks by 14. It was, I believe, Brian Windhorst of ESPN said he was talking with some people around the Cavs who are excited that they didn't have to deal with the rough and tumble defense of Toronto and Detroit. Those are 2 very physical teams, but you can't count out the physicality of this Knicks group. Right wing triple Harden, very short over Bridges. Brunson the rebound, outlet to Hart right wing. Back to Brunson on the high side perimeter. 17 to shoot, 3:44 to play. Knicks ball up 15 late in the 4th quarter. Right elbow, Bridges catch and shoot. Front rim, no. Batted off the baseline by Hart. Picked up by Allen, though. And the Cavs will come the other way. They're still alive, down 15. Allen foul line, looking around and tried an awkward right-hand floater. Would not go. Rebound, Brunson streaking ahead from right to left. All the way to the cup, and he hits the right-hand layup around Mitchell. And the Knicks have a 17-point lead with 3:18 to go in game 2.
Late in game, who you gonna call? You're supposed to say JB or number 11, Tyler, but it's fine. You didn't know where I was going with that, so I won't hold that against you. But the point stands that Jalen Brunson had 9 points through 3 quarters. He's added 6 to that total in this 4th. He's shown up when his team needs him most.
15 points, 13 assists, and now a 17-point Knick lead. Timeout, Kenny Atkinson. It is 103-86. And the Knicks aren't home free yet, but what a response after letting the lead dwindle down to 8. We'll call this a Knicks timeout. It's sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. The Knicks have all 5 starters with at least 15 points. The bench was the story.
Team that plays this late into season has more than one way that they can win a basketball game. They usually have depth, or unless their starters are just playing out of control, and they put themselves in a position to win. But it's the maturity of this group that decides that they're going to find a way no matter what is presented. And I just love the overall focus they've come into tonight's contest with, never letting their foot off the gas.
Meanwhile, the Cavs are in search of answers. And the Knicks actually just called a timeout on the back of the Cavalier timeout. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. When it goes below 3 minutes, you're automatically reduced to 2 timeouts. So a use it or lose it from Mike Brown. Donovan Mitchell had a really slow start to this game, but he's turned it on here in the 4th quarter. He's now got a team-high 24 points, but only 1 assist. And a troubling trend continues for him where he's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio in assists to turnovers. Mitchell is the guy when the series begins. Every fan on the opposite team says, how are we going to slow him down?
Yeah.
The Knicks have found a way, to at least make him seem a little bit human and not let him go off. In a similar way, they were able to neutralize Tyrese Maxey in the last round.
So I think if we zoom out even a little bit more, Tyler, the idea around the trade for James Harden was a bigger body alongside Donovan Mitchell. But I'm not so sure, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but just in the basketball of it all, I'm not so sure that addition hasn't been somewhat of a detraction for Mitchell. And granted, Kenny Atkinson was effusive about how important Harden was, especially coming off of Game 1. But it lacks some clarity as you watch the Cleveland Cavaliers at this point.
Max Strus gets loose for a right wing triple. That's off the front rim, and Josh Hart tears down his 4th rebound. He'll take it across midcourt himself. Knicks from right to left. Final 3 minutes of Game 2. They lead by 17. And now Strus gets called for a foul. Brunson was trying to get free from him near the far sideline. And they will call Strus for his 5th foul. And Brunson will get 2 free throws and a chance to make this an 18 or 19-point lead. The lessons this Knicks team has learned from late-game comebacks that they've won and late-game collapses that they've been victims of. They've shown the poise when things were turning it in the wrong direction to right the ship and now reestablish a game-high 18-point lead on Brunson's first free throw.
This is impressive. I'm really impressed, and I'm just wondering, as this series continues with just 1 day of rest between each game, are the Cavs going to be able to find something? Now, I expect them to find something in Cleveland at home, their own home cooking, own beds, their home crowd, but we'll see. It's not a given.
Brunson gets both, 17 points, 13 assists. He's made all 4 of his free throws. Knicks by 19, largest lead of the game. And Hart reached in on a Donovan Mitchell dribble move toward the left side point. Mitchell will get free throws, and Josh Hart picks up number 5. He hit his left hand on Mitchell's back. Wasn't a whole lot there, but as Mitchell lost his balance, the whistle blew. Chance for Josh Hart.
You hear that? I love that.
First free throw is good for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if we've heard that before.
No.
Josh Hart, of course, victimized by not having 2 syllables in each of his names. Doesn't have the best chanting name.
Yeah, it was a little bit rapid by chant judgment on cadence.
Mitchell's second free throw off the front rim, back rim, front rim again, and then through. And the Cavs are 21 of 31 from the free throw line. Not sure if the 10 misses directly cost them this game, but certainly cost them a chance to be hanging around now with 2:35 to go in the 4th. Not done yet, 17-point Knick lead as they operate from right to left. Brunson near sideline double team, hoists the pass to the far corner for Hart. Pump fake and a drive on Mobley, lost his balance at the foul line. Turnaround jumper, end of the shot clock, clanged off front iron, and Harden gets the rebound. To the front court right, works his way past Hart to the paint. Whistle and a foul, lefty floater is good. 3-point play opportunity for James Harden. 2:15 to go, 15-point game now as Karl Anthony Towns picks up his 3rd foul.
Towns on the reach-in. Either commit or not. Can't give up a layup off the reach-in on the gather.
Now it's the first head-scratching foul he's committed tonight. As we said, just his 3rd as Harden connects on the free throw. 14-point game, 2:15 remaining. Full court pressure here from the Cavaliers. They'll pass it around to the near sideline with Hart in the backcourt. And now across midcourt with Landry Shamet about to check in, perhaps for some additional ball handling. Final 2 minutes here in Game 2. Knicks by 14. Brunson double team in midcourt. His pass to Hart was kicked by Mitchell. And 14 will remain on the shot clock. We'll see if Shamet comes in and for who. When we talk about ball handling, you figure you want to bring him in for Towns, but it will be Josh Hart checking out to a well-deserved standing ovation here at Madison Square Garden with a game-high 26 points in 33 minutes.
What a terrific all-around game for Hart. Yes, the scoring is the highlight, but he's also got 7 assists and 4 rebounds.
5 3-pointers, the absolute top of the resume tonight for Josh Hart. Bridges passes to Brunson, right point. 1:45 to go. Knicks ball up 14. Dotted line floater from Mikal Bridges is good. He's got 19 points and a 16-point New York lead.
That is the play that the Cavs were using to beat the Knicks in game one for a long time while they were doubling.
Mitchell desperation three would not go from the far side arc. Bridges across midcourt with 90 seconds to go in game two. Brunson killing clock, defended by Mobley at midcourt, crossover to the foul line, ball fake, steps in the lane and hits a left-hand floater to put the icing on the cake in game two. Knicks by 18 with 1:20 to go.
Brunson adds 10 fourth-quarter points to go with his resume today. He's got a playoff double-double with 14 assists, a new playoff career high in assists as well. Of course, number 11 answers the bell in the fourth.
And now Max Strus fouls out with an offensive foul, pushing off as he got across midcourt. Somebody got hit in the face. Rick Brunson and Mike Brown asking for a technical foul from Zach Zarba. Yeah, Landry Shamet got clocked as he fought around the screen. And the Cavs will empty the bench with 1:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. 109-91 is the New York lead. Naquan Tomlin's going to get into the game here for Cleveland. He grew up in Harlem on 134th Street between Lenox and 7th Avenue. Tomlin, 25 years old, played college ball at Memphis, but he did not play high school basketball when he grew up here in the city. He honed his skills at Rucker Park, and he's made it all the way to the NBA.
Look at that, the definition of a New York City guard.
Speaking of, Jose Alvarado checks in. The true definition of a Rhode Island guard, Tyler Kolek, checks in as well.
I need some more Rhode Island guards so I can get the true context of what that means.
No, you've seen enough.
Okay.
Paco Mdadier into the game. 1:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Both teams have brought in the reserves. Shamet and McBride will stay out for the Knicks with Dadier, Kolek, and Alvarado. The Knicks have handled their business, as our producer Ray Santiago likes to say. Big lead late in game two after overcoming a big deficit late in game one. Dadier, pick and pop, will catch the pass from Alvarado, bricks the three, and the rebound secured by Thomas Bryant. Out there with Keon Ellis, Craig Porter Jr., and I believe the rookie Tyrese Proctor out of Duke. Bryant takes a right side mid-range jumper from the baseline that misses. It's tipped in by Tomlin, so he's got a playoff bucket at Madison Square Garden. Tip of the cap for the New York kid. Alvarado across midcourt, 14 to shoot, 34 to play. They will likely dribble this one out. All five starters had at least 14 points, led by 26 from Josh Hart, a playoff career high. Shot clock sounds, and all the Cavs can do is drain the rest of these 20 seconds as the opportunity to steal one and get that split that every road team wants in these 7-game series. It has slipped through their fingers.
We got another chant.
Knicks in 4, they're saying.
Wow.
Well, they're halfway there.
I tell you what, you mentioned the starters all getting into that scoring column, but 51% from the field as well as a team. Outstanding.
Final seconds tick down, and after pulling off one of the greatest playoff comebacks in NBA history in game one, the Knicks back it up with a convincing win here in game two. Final score 109-93, and the New York Knicks have a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals.
The pursuit of the Lario is alive and well, and as good as it has looked in the Garden in quite some time. What a comeback in game one. What a dominant performance in game two. Now the Knicks go on the road to see if they can answer that chant, or will it take a little bit more? But this team is winning in multiple ways and playing outstanding basketball.
It is a 9-game winning streak for the Knicks in the playoffs. They had 14 points scored by all 5 starters, and we talk about the little things that this team has done to add up to victories Mikal Bridges is hardly missing right now. He was 9 of 12 from the field in the game, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He got the steal, one steal, and the Knicks, with what turns out to be a 16-point win, have now won 9 consecutive playoff games. It matches their longest win streak in the regular season or playoffs since 2012-13. That's right, the Knicks have not won 10 straight games since that Carmelo Anthony-led team that certainly has a lot of great memories still here at Madison Square Garden. But Mikal Bridges standing by. It's Tyler and Monica up in the radio booth. You guys came out with the right sense of urgency, even as the team ahead in the series. What kind of mindset did it take to get this job done in a 2-0 series lead?
Is that to me?
Yes, sir.
We just kept fighting. That's really it, man. And just taking one game at a time. 0-0 going over to Cleveland, and just gotta keep playing, desperate. That's all.
Who did you think we was talking to, Kel?
Nah, I got the headphones late.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening?
I
right
saw
now?
Josh on the monitor messing me up.
Oh, copy that. All right, but tonight you guys as a team shoot 51%. What is it about the experiences that you guys have already shared together, and even being at this point last year, that has mattered most as you go on this terrific run with 9 victories in the postseason so far?
Yeah, I think all of us, we've been in the playoffs before we got here, but then last year going through it, going through the Indy loss, brought us together even more, and just, learning opportunity, and we're just going to keep trying to grow every single day.
It's been so impressive to watch you against some of the best scorers in the NBA, really make them look human. How much pride do you take in being able to limit some of these guys that you face?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride, but, that's my teammates, man. I got a lot of help behind me, and they just communicate with me, help me, and just give me a lot of confidence to be up there.